Matt Hardy. Thank you for watching the Gimme a Whole Year Wrestling Podcast.
Good evening, hello, and a very warm welcome to the Gimme a Whole Year Wrestling Podcast. My name is Ant, and breaking news, Dominic Mysterio is facing Seth Rollins tonight. Thank you ever so much, everyone, for joining us. We're doing a live stream of Raw tonight, and we've got some interesting stuff. Going to find out what's happened after Payback. Dom couldn't be with us tonight, so it's just me by myself. Hope that's all good. We are approximately 10 minutes away. I have had loads of problems on stuff, so I hope this is coming through okay. Let me know if you can hear everything. Thank you to everyone that's joining us in chat. That's Jack and Tombstoner. All the titles on the line. Hands for that. Change hands, that pay-per-view. Yes, they did. It was quite an interesting pay-per-view, actually, in terms of we really got a sense of where WWE is going to be going in the future. And I think that that's actually quite interesting and there's some good stuff. So looking forward to what we see in the future. Hi, Jack. Thank you so much for joining us. PK, good evening, my friend. Hope all is well with you and life is good. Wow, we're on. Rock and roll. I've got an announcement to make. I did an interview on Saturday with a really nice dude, a dude called Viking Size Gamer. I don't know if you're aware of him. He's got quite a good following on YouTube. He makes a lot of 2K videos, but obviously with 2K20 coming out, that wasn't going to happen because it was rubbish. And so what he's done is he's created a reboot series where he's basically gone into great depth, not just like me and Dom, just like having a chat, oh, we want this in the game, we want that. He goes into like great depth with titles and edits and all that sort of stuff. It's really worth checking out. And I managed to do an interview with him on, which will be coming out this Thursday. So, yeah, great. That'll be fun. So keep an eye out on our Twitter. Thursday seemed like a good day for it because we'll be watching this tonight. Who knows? We might be watching NXT tomorrow, probably doing Dynamite on Wednesday. Thursday seemed like a good day for it. And then hopefully we'll be able to do All Out this weekend as well as SmackDown on Friday. Another week of streams. Sounds fun to me. Sup and hello, Alex. Thank you so much for joining us. My apologies to everyone for not being there on Payback. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately. Well, yes, unfortunately. It was supposed to be my wedding day. I forgot. I didn't. No. Let me go. It was cancelled because of COVID, obviously, and but my partner wasn't going to let me watch wrestling on a night that we had celebrations to do. So I drank a lot, which was groovy, and here I am. So lovely to see you all. I hope you're all doing well, PK and Alex and Jack. And are we all watching Raw? Are we all going to have a good time? Who knows? I feel like Payback set a precedent for where WWE is going to go in the future. I think that's quite exciting. So, I mean, generally I thought the pay-per-view was good. There was like some good Raw main events in there. But I thought and I rewatched it today actually, the Bayley, Sasha, Nia Jax and Shayna for a match that's been built terribly in 1 week with all this sort of really fast storytelling that's just like trying to jam it all in there. What a match. The producer of that match deserves a raise, damn it. Give that producer a raise because that finish and some of the spots in the match, like Nia Jax throwing Sasha to break up the pin from outside the ring, it was really good. And I'm not a fan of Nia, and I didn't expect that to be as good as it was. I mean, Nia was a bit clunky in the ring, but actually the match was great. The Keithley stuff was decent. I mean, he won clean. Nobody expected that, I don't think. We all expected Drew to show up. The Roman title change, again, Fiend and Braun. It felt better than SummerSlam, I'd say, in terms of two monsters, rah, getting these hands and going at it. They did the ring break spot, which I don't know if it works without a crowd, if I'm honest with you, but whatever, because it felt like this big thing happened and then everyone was just laid out. Charles Robinson threw himself out the ring, though. That was really fun. And then Roman came, and instead of it feeling like it had more to it, it just sort of plodded on even longer. There was no sort of definition to it and stuff like that. My problem with the whole Roman thing is... hello, Renzo. Nice to see you in chat, my friend. Let me go through your comments and then I'll carry on whinging about wrestling because that's what I do. Hey, sexy, says Red. Hello. That's me. No, Dom. No, I'm afraid not. Did you say hi, sexy, before you realised it was Dom, or was that to me? I mean, just checking. Renzo's in chat. Hey, Renzo. Sup, dude? Jack says it was rather SummerSlam Night 2, rather good. Much better than actual SummerSlam. I enjoyed it more than SummerSlam, although I didn't like the main event. Yeah, because it just plodded. I mean, a table spot. Like, the bit outside the ring. Like, give us something a bit more dramatic. Even the ring breaking. I would have preferred for them to have fought in a dumper truck or something daft like that. Like, make it its own thing as opposed to taking from hundreds of matches that have happened in the past, you know? Let's get these hands. Oh, yes. So you're happy that Braun won, I'm assuming. No, Braun didn't win. Yeah? Roman Reigns is a new champ. Roman Reigns. Look, I think there's good things they can do with it. I think it's the right winner in terms of direction. My concern is that beating The Fiend is a big deal. People hate it. People hated it when Seth beat The Fiend at Hell in a Cell. And what they didn't do with Seth is turn him heel straight away. They sort of held off on it a little bit and teased it a little bit and sort of dipped the toes in the water, so to speak. Whereas actually, with Roman, what they need to do is go, right, we've got this heat on him. Fans hate him. He just beat out one of our most loved characters that people love. Let's really sort of double down on the heel turn. Is what I want to see. I don't think we'll get it. I think it's going to be that sort of mysterious, oh, is he a heel? Is he not a heel? Is he being led by Paul Heyman? Who cares? Just let's have him as a really, someone that doesn't want to be on TV much. He doesn't want to speak. He just wants to go in there, wreck everything, and leave. But have it as a real heel, not just as a silent killer. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Dom, he's not here. It was to you, Red. Oh, making me go Red, baby. That's why your name's Red, right? Must be. I watch Raw a month later on the network. Oh, PK, cool, man. So I don't know if I've seen you in chat. I'm assuming you joined Dom. I'll try and keep you updated on what's happening. And we'll just have a chat, man, and just chat about what's going on and all that sort of stuff. It's all good. Jack says he wanted you and Sarah to have a great day yesterday. We did. We went to my parents' house, and it was nice, man, because not only was it like mine and Sarah's unwedding day, if you like. I posted a really good photo on Facebook of an empty field, thanking the guests for turning up. Not only was it sort of an interesting unwedding day, but it was my sister's birthday, and it was the first time our family's really been together since March. And we was all sat outside, which was just really nice, man. And it's we all miss having that sort of connection with our family and stuff when these times have been tough, I'd assume. Or certainly I have. And so it was really nice. Thank you, Jack. I really enjoyed it. Main event was triple threat with two people. Yeah, that gimmick didn't really work either, did it? It wasn't really explained why. That's what happens when you build a pay-per-view in a week. I'll tell you one thing, another thing I did enjoy, because I didn't really see the Matt Riddle. I was watching the Sasha Bailey match in the taxi on the way home. The match between Apollo Crews and Bobby Lashley, I thought it was a hard-hitting match, man. I mean, the moonsaults were great off the top rope. The chokeslam was really cool. I thought it was a really good, hard-hitting match, and I didn't expect us to enjoy it as much as I did. Good. Main event was triple threat with two people. Concerned Fiend having a belt a week devalues him. It does. But if they can run with it, then fine. I still feel like they should have played into that Alexa Bliss a little bit more. It feels like her own separate storyline this morning, and she's slowly becoming, I assume it'll be Twisted Bliss with the dreadlocks, because she had 2 dreadlocks last night, and next week she'll have 4 dreadlocks. And then one week we'll see her and she'll be fully formed Harley Quinn. But yeah, I think I agree. Well, what's the point in giving it to the Fiend? Have Braun win it and then have, Roman come in. But I guess they give it to the Fiend to really annoy fans and build up that heel heat for Roman, which is fine. Use it correctly. Don't waste it, because it'll really turn people off the product if they do. I'm happy Roman's turning heel. I just need it to be heel. That's all. You know what I mean? Hey, Red. That's awesome. So what else was there at Payback? Yeah, it was all just good. It was a good pay-per-view. I enjoyed it. So I just thought I'd give my opinions there. We are about 1 minute away from Raw. I will let you know as soon as the titles have finished from the Then, Now, Forever. I'll let you know when they're on my screen. And we can all hopefully watch it together, party, chill out. 3 hours. It's normally more entertaining when you guys are here, so awesome. We've got loads of people following us on Twitter, that's awesome. Rock and roll, is there anything else? Anything else anyone wants to talk about before we go into Raw? Oh, Keithley. So Keithley is, I assume, going to be on Raw. I think Randy's going to kill him. Which makes sense. But I mean, look, everyone was angry about the booking of Keithley from last week. Partly because it was so jarring to have new entrance music and a dress on our Keithley. And people were confused about the Randy Orton feud. They give him a clean win at a pay-per-view. And Randy sold for him. Randy Orton, the legend killer, who's going out there and creating new stars. What? It's brilliant. And so I'm surprised they did it, but I'm really happy that they've done it. And how do you guys feel about Keithley now? Do you think he's strong? Do you think that was a good way to bring him in? Do you think, because my point of view from last week's Raw was, he's not fighting Dolph Ziggler in a match that we know he's going to win, and it's going to be sort of a match against Dolph Ziggler, which would be great in some ways, and in other ways, sort of a repetition of things we've seen in the past. So yeah, that was my sort of take on it. Jack says, next time I get a plane, I'm getting a mimosa. Well, Chris Jericho will be very proud of you, Jack. Really looking forward to this weekend. Of course, it's All Out. I can't wait to cover that event. I'm a massive fan of AEW at the minute, and the pay-per-views knock it out the park generally. So I cannot wait. I'm really looking forward to watching that with Dom now that he's been watching a lot of the programming and sort of has a really good idea of what's going on. I think it's going to be really interesting, and it'll be great to get his opinions on what it is like for him. Rock and roll. I think we're about to go into Raw. Just bear with me. Oh, we've got a in memory of Bullet Bob Armstrong at the beginning. Gutted, dude. Father of Road Dogg, I believe. So, sympathies to everyone that knew Bob, I guess. Cool, so the Then Now Forever has just started. I will let you know exactly when the Then Now Forever ends. And then we're all going to watch 3 hours of wrestling. And it might be great. But it is Raw. But yesterday felt like a big refresh. And that's the end of the title, sorry. There we go. Rock and roll. Oh. Thanks, Jack. Can you put that in, if you go off live chat for a second, will you just put it as a comment, and then we'll, and then people can see it, and then I'll pin it at some point, if I remember. We don't get that many comments either at the minute, so I'm sure people will find it. I'm sure people will like it as well, so that everyone can watch it. Sorry for being so late tonight. It was rubbish. My computer completely shut down on me, and then I started up OBS to record, and everything was not set up, including the screen ratio and all sorts. Wonderful. And that's the Raw titles finishing now. Pyro. The Pyro looked a lot better as well last night at Payback. But then again, they did last week on Raw. Oh, they've got them cool flamethrowers. Is this the Thunderdome or a Rammstein concert? Have they changed the titles? Which titles, mate? The Raw titles? No. I don't think so. Maybe they have. Yeah, I didn't really watch it, to be honest with you, Jack. Sorry, dude. I should pay more attention. That's why we do a watch-along, right? And there's all the fans. Oh, did you see the news from, I believe it was the SmackDown show last week? So you're not allowed to have AEW shirts on as a member of the Thunderdome, watching from the crowd. Randy Orton's coming out. This is cool. Good way to start it off. So you're not allowed to discuss. You're not allowed to wear an AEW shirt and advertise the opposing company. Blah blah blah. Kenny Omega was one of the audience members. The actual Kenny Omega was sat watching SmackDown. Because they never said out about wrestlers not joining them. Kenny Omega to WWE confirmed? I think not. I think they're all having a good time on AEW at the minute. Mind you, like I say, Payback was interesting. It felt Oh, the other match I didn't speak about was the Seth and Dominic match. That was a lot better than SummerSlam, wasn't it? You know, show them what they can do and sort of have someone there to really sort of support Dominic, and they did, and I thought it was great. Have they changed the titles? I don't know. Think they know what to do with Pyro again? Yeah, man. I mean, it's Randy Orton could land to punt. Yeah, changing camera angles, cool. From what we saw last week, yeah, they do know what to do with Pyro again, which is good. You know, and the flames look great, and they're relatively inexpensive to do as well. So cool. Looking forward to it. I'm gonna check we've got the right tags on this video. Punk should troll them like Kenny. You should, man. You should. Do you think that whoever? So the whole thing with like people messing about in the crowd and stuff, and the Chris Benoit thing and the KKK thing, why have to paying someone like minimum wage to watch 8 screens, and then you pay a load of people to do that, and make sure that none of that is caught going through? Like, it makes sense, wouldn't it? Like, because it could be a lot worse as well. Well, KKK is pretty bad. So they're talking about Clash of Champions. I believe they advertised that wrong last night in terms of the dates. Hopefully they'll confirm it tonight. Right, okay, so we've got Keithley versus Dolph Ziggler, which is exactly what I said would probably happen. Winner competes later on in a triple threat match to earn a WWE Championship opportunity. Ooh, so who's that triple threat match going to include? And why haven't they announced this already? I'm sure this would get eyes on the product. Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. Winner competes later tonight in a triple threat match to earn a WWE Championship opportunity at Clash of Champions. And the final one is Dominic versus Seth Rollins. Okay. Seth isn't winning that. Sorry, Dominic isn't winning that. I can't see him being in a match against Drew McIntyre at Clash of Champions. Well, I seem pretty high on him. Brain bleed is just uncomfortable to do as an angle. I said that last week, man. It's too much. Too much. Randy Orton's upset. Talking about Drew's disrespect to him. I mean, it's got to be Randy and Drew facing at Clash of Champions, isn't it? I thought Clash of Champions. The idea of Clash of Champions was champion versus champion. Jack says no one's vetting crowd as Vince is cheap, and I know as I went for a job in WWE UK and Vince hired so few others that he'd be my boss. Oh wow! Oh, his boss's boss. Thomas champ? No, not yet. No chance, man. No chance. Gotta let him build, man. Gotta let him build. Randy's talking about Edge again. I'm sure when Randy and Drew fight again, it'll be Edge that interrupts. And then we'll get the big build for WrestleMania or Royal Rumble, Edge versus Randy Orton. I'm sure we'd all enjoy watching that again. As long as it's not a backstage brawl that goes on for 5 hours. The comment section is gone. Which comment section, mate? Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. That'd be fun. Oh, I reckon Aleister Black's getting involved in that. Randy's just letting his intention know about beating Kevin Owens to get a chance at Drew again. Nothing really new here. I mean, it's a decent promo, but I mean, it's not an exciting way to open, is it? Drew might not be healthy enough. Drew's not here tonight. Okay, there's the information that we need. So Drew's here tonight. Should we be a Thunderdome crowd for a minute? The comment section's gone on the video. If you press the live chat button, Jack, it should go better. I can't check on mine now yet. Don't worry, dude. I'll copy that and put it in if need be. Oh, here we go. He's going to show us a picture of him in hospital with all the legends. It's a real well photoshopped photo. That's funny. Look at Rick. And here comes Keithley to shut him up. Excellent. Oh man, that music. Oh no. Oh, is he wearing the dress again? No. It's not a dress. At least it's shorts. Wow, this music is terrible. Yeah, I do feel like Randy Orton's just going to beat on Keithley tonight. Retribution tonight, they've gone quiet. I do sort of feel like, I don't know. I don't care. Is that bad to say? I really don't care if Retribution come in or not. Maybe. Whatever. Okay, so Randall's caused a lot of havoc. Keith only has that Vince hates larger people. Yeah, but apparently he's really high on Keith, but then we hear that all the time about everyone. And I don't believe any of it anymore. Until it's shown. It's high on Ricochet, you know. It's now a main event. High on Ali. Now a main event. Keithley did beat him. I feel like he's just going to get an RKO. Either that or Randy's going to interfere in his match, isn't he? It is great that Randy put Keith over in such a strong way. I wonder what's going to happen, not just with Retribution, but with Raw Underground tonight as well. And Shayna and Natia, I'm quite interested to see what they do. I'm a bit worried it'll be that sort of arguing tag team again. But hey, we'll see. Drew the good friend. Keith will be good on 2K21. Hopefully, if that game's good. There's a fair bit of talk on the interview I did with Viking Size Gamer on that. Oh, here comes Dolph to attack from behind. Wouldn't Randy take the opportunity to RKO? Oh, Randy's slowly teleporting away. DDT onto Keithley. And that's first half break. I mean, whatever. Want the best opening. Maybe that's going to describe what the rest of the show is going to hold. Dolph randomly appears. Where's Dom? Yes, he's on TV again. I mean, look, Dolph is decent. He's just not as good as Shawn Michaels. And when Dom says that, I just can't. Just no. No. Rock and roll. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. It seems quiet in chat tonight. I wonder why that is. I hope people can see it. Can see the stream, etc., etc. Oh well, it's all good. As long as I'm here with Jack, my man, and whoever else is watching. Thank you so much for watching. Even if you're keeping quiet and you just got me in the background or whatever, it's very kind of you. Thank you. 2K21 needs Thunderdome and War Games. Yeah, War Games would be nice to see. Don't know, man. It depends. I mean, we talked a fair bit about it with Viking Size Gamer, and it was about the script and about how they're using the old script. And I don't really understand it because I'm not a coder, man. But they're using a lot of old script, and that's part of the issues with 2K21, 2K20. So hopefully, and it's not going to be 2K21. Obviously, it's going to be 2K22 next year. Very quiet, but Raw's so perfect. Did you enjoy that segment, Jack? I'm always second guessing my opinions at the minute, especially like after everyone was raving after SummerSlam, and I was like, it was crap, rubbish. I mean, we didn't really get out new, did we, from that segment? Cool to see Keithley, but you know what I mean. I want some new stuff. Hello to everyone that's joining us. Welcome, and thank you so much for choosing to watch Raw with me. Just chilling out, sharing our opinions. Yeah, I assume 2K22 will get Thunderdome, dude. War Games, I don't know. It depends what they're doing with the code, I suppose. I don't know. Mr. Wrestling Hands, that's who joined us. Well, hello. Silver keeps screwing up. That's why everyone loves the Dark Order. Join the Dark Order. Mr. Wrestling Hands, what did you feel about that segment last week on Dynamite? Because I've got... Notice how chat just turns to AEW. But hello, welcome. It feels to me, dude, like they are potentially bringing a little bit too much of the being the elite comedy, which is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But they're really starting to bring that to Dynamite. And I don't know if that's the best thing for Dark Order. Like the lawnmowers thing. As a viewer of Dynamite who hadn't seen Being the Elite at that point that week, I was like, what silliness is this? It'd be great to hear your opinion, dude, on that. It was okay, but not exactly the pipe bomb promo. Not exactly. Nothing's the pipe bomb promo, dude. Nothing's the pipe bomb promo. What's been the best promo of this year? I'd say, so far, the Adam Cole, Pat McAfee one, where he was on his live show. And people were going, is it real? Well, no, but it was a brilliantly done promo and a brilliantly written segment. Mr. Wrestling's Hands says that Brody Lee is having the time of his life. Yes, he is, which I love to see wrestlers enjoying the passion again. Okay, cool. I agree with you. My only concern, Mr. Wrestling Hands, is I don't want them to become a comedy faction. And I think there can be hints of character. I don't necessarily not want hints of character, but I don't want them to turn into a comedy faction. Do you know what I mean? I want them to be scary. Scary. But that's just me, man. That's just me. We will be doing an AEW live watch along, Mr. Wrestling Hands, which I'm sure you'll be joining us for. And obviously, All Out. Can't wait. Who's Brody Lee going to be fighting? All Out. Chat turns to AEW because AEW is close to spreading COVID, but still better than WWE. Yeah, not happy with fans being there, but I won't be going there personally. But it's up to people, I suppose. Main roster. Yes, it is. We got a massive four-way as well last night. So Dolph Ziggler versus Keithley. Keithley's going to beat Dolph Ziggler. So we're getting Keithley. We've had him. This is the exact match I didn't want to see last week as well. We're having Keithley on a big segment with Randy Orton last week. He's then beat Randy Orton at Payback. He's now having 2 matches this evening, where he's having a match to open the show and interrupting Randy Orton's promo, and a match at the end of the show for the triple threat for the championship opportunity at Clash of Champions. That's a lot. I'm not complaining. I think it's great. But I think that shows the intentions towards Keithley, actually, more so than other NXT performers that have come up in the past. Keithley just destroyed Orton in his pay-per-view debut. He did, man. Orton was selling for him as well, man. Like, really, really makes him look $1 million. Great. I spoke a bit at the beginning of the show, Wrestling Hands, about what I thought of Payback. I thought it was decent. I thought I enjoyed it more than SummerSlam. I really did. So we've got MVP's VIP lounge with special guest Bobby Lashley this evening. I thought that was another good match of Payback, dudes. Dolph is headbutting Keithley. In my opinion, WrestleMania 37 is maybe the soonest fans can get in. I don't even know, man. It seems to be getting out of hand, like, constantly. France has got in a really... There are levels of people who are testing positive for COVID. It's like what it was in early March. So they've got this, like, real big second peak. But the deaths they've got are, like, nothing. And it's a lot, apparently, to do with the amount of testing that we've got now. And they're saying, like, the amount of people that had it at that point in March could have been astronomical, like, without us realising it. Wow, my handwriting is bad. Are you writing out the times, dude? That's awesome. Thank you, mate. I am thinking they are giving Keithley the AJ Styles treatment. Lost on his first title match, then goes on a rampage and wins the world title in 5 months. Cool. I mean, Keithley's a real talent, and, you know, he's got a uniqueness about him. He can put on some great matches. It's a shame his takeover match was no good, but if Cross was injured at an early point in the match and they couldn't do half the stuff they were going to. Ziggler's looking strong tonight as well, actually. Keith's so good. Like, even when the cut to the break and he's just, like, roaring, it's like you just feel the passion from him, you know, and that's what you need from Keithley, dude. The AJ Styles treatment. I mean, look, AJ Styles, yeah, you're right. He lost a lot. He lost his first WrestleMania match against Jericho, obviously. And then he had a wonderful feud with Roman Reigns, and sort of after that became the AJ that we know. And another outstanding performer, dude. So yeah, I can understand that. But again, like, you know, Vince is high on him, but he's also high on Matt Riddle, and he's also high on Ricochet, and he's also high. It was a main event. And he's also high on, you know, I just wait and see how it goes, man. I mean, I'm quite excited. I think it's a cracking position to put him in. Who was AJ's first feud with in WWE? John Cena feud was great as well, man. Keithley is coming for you, Ziggler. Yeah, dude. Right in timestamp says I'm determined to get them to wait. I appreciate that, Jack. Like, it's just for people that will rewatching the video in the future. What we're trying to do, Mr. Wrestling Hands, is put some timestamps on the video so that people can click if they want to watch a reaction to a certain moment or match. What it might be better to do, Jack, is do it for the big moments, because I guess that's what people want to see. But yeah, and question mark. Yeah, what do you need, my love? What do you need? Keithley is coming for you, Ziggler. Yeah, he's beating him at the minute. It's good. Keithley is looking amazing. Ziggler's being competitive, not overselling either. You know, like it's one of my issues with the Drew McIntyre match. It just felt a bit much. AJ I think was first feud was with Owens. AJ's first feud was with Owens. Maybe it was. I can't remember, man. Can't remember. Probably was. Yeah. Well, obviously he had the big debut at the Rumble, and that was when I think WWE went, "Oh, people do know who he is." But I assume it'd be the same with Keithley. Actually, people know who Keithley is. It's like Adam Cole. If you brought Adam Cole up, people would know him. I mean, look at the Royal Rumble, like, and when he was in that, and people chanting "Adam Cole, baby" during that. NXT's become more exposed now to an audience anyway, because it's not just an audience who has the network anymore. So it'd be interesting. I wonder what the numbers are compared to when it was on the network. I know what the numbers are every week. I tend to watch that because it's interesting to see how that flow's going against AEW. AJ's first feud with Jericho, says Mr. Wrestling Hands. Well, that makes sense then. If Jericho and AJ were at the first WrestleMania, which I couldn't believe AJ lost, but he did. And I didn't enjoy that match, actually. There was a moment where there was on top of the turnbuckle for what seemed like 10 minutes. I was like, this should have been an outstanding match, and yeah, Keith's facial expressions are so good, dude. Here we go, and he's avalanched him into the corner. Dolph is dead. Setting him up. I'll tell you where to put your arm. Got him on the shoulders, but Dolph rakes the face of Keithley. Heard Drew McIntyre might be hurt. Really? I hope not. But if he is hurt, then you put him against Randy Orton and give the title to Randy, don't you? I feel like they should do that anyway, because fans ain't going to be back for ages. Do you know how good a deal they got on this Thunderdome as well? Like how little they're paying to film live Raws compared to normal touring Raws. It's mad. They're making loads of money. It's interesting. I don't know if WWE normally perform in the Amway Arena, is it? I assume they do. Production's great though, dude. Brock is a free agent. Yes, I did briefly see that on the news. I haven't looked into it too much just yet. But yes, Brock is a free agent. Brock can go anywhere. Ooh. Riot Squad versus Iconics. Winning team ends tag title match. Losing team will be no more. They're breaking up the Iconics. I mean, I'll be down with it if you're going to do something with it. Guess Tony Khan is getting all the money to him. Do we want to see Brock on? Like, yeah, sure. If Brock's going to do something, like, cool. Have him in AEW, have him do a one-off appearance, have him whatever. But if he's not going to do well, if his matches are going to be, if he's going to do a Finn Balor Brock match, great, right? Like the Royal Rumble match, which was great. If he's just going to give us something boring like half of the Roman Reigns ones were, or the Braun Strowman was, or, I'm not interested in. Stay away from AEW for me. Don't waste your money, man. Don't waste your money. Give it to other wrestlers that are great. Save your money and buy Finn Balor when his contract's up. There we go. Great side slam there from Keithley. This is a really competitive match. I didn't expect it to be so competitive. It feels big. I mean, obviously, it's big. A ziggity zack. It's time for Keithley to kick out. Kick it out. Dolph's an inspiration, man, in terms of, like, guy gets nothing apart from paid, and still, like, goes out and tries to do something exciting. Dolph should be in NXT though, man. You get some really good matches with him in NXT. Here we go. Boom. Sat down. Spirit bomb. And that's it. Of course it's it. But a competitive fun match made Keith look great, whilst at the same time giving some good wrestling. What the devil am I watching? Is this Raw? Sorry, Mr. Wrestling Hands. My close friend, she told me her husband quoted a Keithley line that he is limitless in bed, but that limitless lasted for 147. No joke, she kept count. Well, good for her. Your friend, she sounds attractive. I mean, I suppose that's a compliment, is it not? Maybe she doesn't see it that way. I'd if I was your friend, or I'd be trying to take that as a compliment. This is the best way to deal with it. Drew, I hate that he can't be champ in front of a live crowd. Yeah, exactly. But nobody's. I don't think. Tell me if I'm wrong, chat. I don't think anyone's watching WWE for Drew McIntyre right now. I think it's great that he's a champion. I think it's wonderful, but I don't tune into WWE to watch Drew McIntyre. And put it on Randy Orton, and you might get some fans from 10 years ago going, "Oh, I'll come back and watch it." And I don't think it'd hurt anything at the minute, because it can all revert back in the near future, quite easily. Yeah, it was something I thought about, and then I was like, might be best not to mention that 147. It's all right for Mr. Wrestling Hands, but I wonder if it was Mr. Wrestling Hands himself. Shh. Need to join Dark Order's live chat for that. AEW could use that Brock party. Do you reckon? Really? Do we have to? I mean, Mike Tyson's bad enough, but 11 minutes match on Raw. Yes, a new era. Perhaps, Jack. Perhaps they are allowing the rest of us to have fun. Man, that whoever produced that finish that match that was brilliant. And Shayna, for the first time since Elimination Chamber, she looked great. I was like, dude. And then Nia sort of stole the camera afterwards with a weird sort of character, but whatever. When Brock had the money in the bank case, you could tell he was having fun with it because he had speaker stickers on it. But Vince lost it because he thought he was not acting professionally. Like, really, yeah. And not only did Brock enjoy that, but we was all having fun watching it. Shayna and Nia are on screen, the new tag team champions. Can't agree on what to say. I mean, here's a problem, dudes, right? So with the tag titles, Sasha and Bayley were able to go across all three brands, and Sasha and Bayley have been one of the most entertaining things on TV in the last few months. I think we could all agree with that. Now it's Nia and Shayna. And here comes a singing, dancing Asuka. Oh, Shayna taking over. Nia just faded to the background there when Asuka come out. And now Nia's trying to confront Asuka. Getting Shayna Asuka soon, aren't we? Cool. Yeah, Shayna felt really strong again at Payback last night. Enjoyed that. Yeah, man. So the whole Brock with the Money in the Bank, yeah, it was great. It was absolutely fantastic, and we all laughed, and we all loved seeing him come out and doing his little dance and laughing, and it felt like Brock had an awesome purpose again, and also the sort of tease of it every time he'd sort of pop out and tease that he was gonna cash was really fun, and it lasted about 3 weeks. It's like, are you joking? That was like people are finally getting into Brock Lesnar. I mean, what the devil? Interesting. Hello, Wrestle Story. Nice to see you. I'll hope you all doing well. I've not watched you on Twitch recently. Sorry. For those of you that don't know, the Wrestle Story are currently off YouTube because they are on Twitch. But hopefully, we haven't talked about this, but hopefully the Wrestle Story are joining us on Saturday for our live stream of All Out. So we'll have 4 people to share our opinions with, which should be fun. And we love working with the Wrestle Story, so it should be fun indeed. Thank you to everyone that's watching. I think we've got someone that's just subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much. Do appreciate that, my friend. Feel free to say hello in chat if you want to. If you don't want to, that's all good. But I hope you enjoy the product. Let's get through to the rest of your comments. Agreed. Plus, he won't have it a year or so. No, he should have had it for ages. WWE got too comfortable with kids and PG era. That's why they are losing viewers. With kids and PG era. Yeah. What they did is they stopped providing a product for the Attitude Hangovers to enjoy. You know, and that's, you know, during the Attitude Era, there was so many people that loved wrestling, and there was no reason why it didn't have to be the Attitude Era, but there was no reason why it couldn't have still been exciting. And things have been really unexcited. And look at AEW. Look, they're not a product that are recreating the Attitude Era in any way, but they're really entertaining to watch. And as a 34-year-old dude, like, I like wrestling, but I also don't like stupid wrestling. And WWE does a lot of that. However, in credit to WWE, I thought Payback was okay. So, I mean, this, what I'm saying is maybe we're going into something good, and that's what we all watch wrestling for, innit? We're like in anticipation of something great, in hoping we're going to get some. You know, there's 3 parts of wrestling. I've said this before. There's character, right? Some people love characters. Some people love the Fiend. They want the Fiend to win everything. Great, cool. Some people love story, and that's great. That's cool. Good for them. I'm more of the third person. I like in-ring work. And you combine a mix of them and you get a perfect wrestling match. Look at Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. Look at Mick Foley and Undertaker at Hell in a Cell, even if you want. A lot of Undertaker. I don't overrate I don't overrate Undertaker, but apparently he's in a lot of my favourite matches. Oh, here he is, the dude backstage. He's got his security team. He got his signature from the Fiend because that was a great angle to go into Payback Days. Okay, so now he thinks he's Vince McMahon because Vince told him off last week. That's fair enough. I mean, it's quite interesting from a sort of dynamic of that's how work that we all, I assume most people go to. When you get to work, you have a boss who's a bugger, and then his boss is a bugger to him, and it sort of all goes back down. Asuka is coming out. Awesome. Sorry, I will get through to the rest of your chat, but I enjoy talking about stuff like that, man. It's interesting, and you know, everything I say isn't right. Jesus, it's just interesting to put across views, isn't it? And listen to views. Oh, we're doing the I'm Tag Champion story again. Yeah, but not only are we doing the I'm the Tag Champion story, we're doing it coming off Bayley and Sasha, who actually managed to do it really well because they've got a lot of history, and you're doing it with 2 people who have been together 1 week. Maybe let me find a positive outcome to it. Maybe they do the story of them actually coming together and actually becoming a good tag team together. Maybe they do that. Because you can't do the whole breakup thing again, can you, straight away? So who's ready for Asuka is what Charlie is asking. I can't speak Japanese, but I believe Asuka said nobody is ready for Asuka. I prefer Asuka as a heel, but I get that everyone's having fun with this, so it's cool. Asuka is ready for anything, not just anyone. And who's coming out? It's Mickie James. I mean, they put on a good match, won't they? As a 6-time women's champion who's been buried on Raw the last 2 weeks. Have we seen Mickie James and Asuka? I don't think we have we? Asuka was always on Raw when Mickie James was on SmackDown with Bliss, I think. When Asuka first come up. Interesting. Sorry guys, I will get to your comments in a minute. Cool. Look, Mickie James is a very talented worker. Asuka's a very talented worker. And they're getting interrupted by Natalya. I don't want to see Natalya or Lana versus Asuka. Please keep them away from Asuka. Okay, just give him a match and have Mickie James win it, and we can all get into it. That's cool. They've made Lana's ring gear. I don't think the ring gear matches this social media gimmick they've got going, which I quite like because I don't like either of them, and that sort of social media thing I just don't get. And I like that as a character for him. But like, there's no continuity there. Natalya's been to the bondage shop, and Lana's putting a lot of work into her gears, but it's not cohesive to the team. That gear's beautiful. Okay, we're getting Lana. The the stripe thing on the front of Lana looks like it either looks like Brock Lesnar's sword tattoo or a schlong, if you'd rather. And now you won't be able to watch the match in the same way. Apologies to everyone that I've just ruined your eyes. Rock and roll. Asuka's just kicked Natalya out the ring. I don't want to see Asuka and Natalya. That's real boring, man. And Asuka and Lana, I mean, no interest. Just give us Mickie James and Asuka. That's the match. You can do it at Clash of Champions if you want, that's fine. And have a beat up these on Raw. Oh, but I'm watching Raw now. I watch it with you guys. I've got to put up with it. Oh, can't just get it all on the highlights. Rock and roll. Let's go through your comments. So sorry, there's loads of comments here. Nia Jax, my kind of woman. Mr. Wrestling Hands. Dark Order, you. Good for you. But your kind of woman cuts a terrible promo, dude, and injures a lot of people, is all I got to say. But she is beautiful. Yeah, she is beautiful. The Wrestle Story. Jack says, All Out looks insane levels of fun. Dudes, Saturday, me, Dom, Wrestle Story, watching All Out. It's going to be a lot of fun. We are going to have a laugh. I think I'm going to have a drink that night. I think the biggest issue has been the storylines and not promoting other potential stars. Absolutely. Yeah, and letting the wrestling slip as well. Like, it's too much Raw in it. It's too much Raw. And not following through on pushes. Yeah, because Vince knows better than the fans. And Vince laughs when the fans go home angry that the Fiend lost against Seth Rollins. Vince finds that funny. And it's that angle's fine if you do something with it. If you turn Seth heel. It's like the Roman thing. It's fine if you really establish Roman as a heel that nobody wants to see. But what we will get is Cloudy Roman, who doesn't know if he's a heel or not, but Heyman will just do the talking for him, and Roman will go, I kill everyone, I wreck everyone. It's just, if they go all out with Roman, proper heel, let's have it, then they'll be capitalising on the Fiend win, and that makes sense, you know? But they won't. Well, they might do, whatever. Sorry. I meant to say storylines and pushing younger stars, but WWE kept using Hogan. Indeed, I mean Hogan, and he says he means Cena, and the thing he's getting at is it was the exact same thing, but years later. Look at Hogan, man. I mean, John Tentner, Earthquake. Like, why wasn't he a massive star? He was great. A sumo wrestler who could work, a big guy who could work really well. And his first feud with Hogan, and he's done after that. Weird. Yes, so Cena was exactly the same. Cena buried, Nexus. Maybe who's the face? Don't feel like we've got a lot of faces, by the way. Maybe the Fiend will bury Retribution, just like Cena did to the Nexus. A lot of comparisons to be made in certain places, and not long enough term story building. That's why Mr. Wrestling Hands loves New Japan more. Have you seen our New Japan watch along with Wrestle Story, dude? It was a lot of fun. I've got you're right, Mr. Wrestling Hands. Mickey's birthday today. Happy birthday, Mickey James. That's awesome. Guess she's putting heat on Asuka. Yeah, I mean it's but that seems like a really talented match. I quite enjoy Mickey James matches, and Asuka I think is great. I think one of the better wrestlers. Oh, they've got the Conor Curement. Nice. WWE doing good things for charity. I was ready for Asuka 2 years ago. Look at what they did to her. Are you talking about the WrestleMania match where she lost to Charlotte? Yes. But Charlotte is the queen of wrestling. I don't know. I really like Charlotte. I think she gets a bad rap because actually she puts on wonderful matches. Oh, nice. We're getting an update on some of the people that have been the sort of superheroes in previous years. Good for them. Yay. Mickey's birthday today, so yep, sorry. Oh my god, I thought that was Brett. Unfortunately not, dude. I was ready for blah blah blah. I don't think people care about Lana's gear, if you know what I mean. Yeah, but it did look like a schlong in the middle of a cleavage. WWE did a t-shirt years ago with Sin Cara's penis. Yes, indeed they did. We are looking forward to it. I think it will be a good pay-per-view. Wrestle Story, it will not be a good pay-per-view. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Chris Jericho swimming around in a pool of orange juice. It's going to be great. The issue I have with Mickey James is a couple of weeks ago, she had a match that they didn't even focus on. Absolutely agree there, Wrestle Story. That was a crying shame. It was a terrible thing to do. However, she's still a great wrestler. And so her versus Asuka just excites me. But you are right, they completely ruined it with that Seth Buddy angle. Like, that was just shocking. Just shocking. The botch guy made a video on it and he was like, look, what? This is a Hall of Famer's return. Man. Okay, cool. So we're getting the Hurt Business section. Yeah, last week we saw him going underground. We're 50 minutes in. We had a really good match to start off with, and it feels like a lot of promos since. Roman could be a good heel. He just doesn't need to say anything and let Heyman just do all the talking. Yeah, it could be a great heel. Just make him a heel. Make him a heel. Not this sort of bland Seth Rollins things that they did for months until he turned into a proper heel. You imagine how big Seth Rollins could have been as the heel messiah if they'd gone with it straight away after that Hell in a Cell match. We have the Viking Raiders backstage with Cedric Alexander, who can't do a what's that part? Oh no, it's the girl from The Bachelor. Oh, she was with Angel Gaza. Oh, she's give Hanson a kiss, that's fine. You should give her a turkey leg. You get what I mean? Oh, innuendos on this tonight's podcast. All for it, guys. All for it. And Angel Garza's come in with his rose. Okay, Mickie James versus Lana with the schlong on her outfit. The Brock Lesnar schlong. This is just going to be a really quick match, isn't it? This is going to be a load of rubbish. I didn't get what was going on with that backstage segment. I don't really care about this Bachelor girl at all. I don't understand why they're using her and not a wrestler. You know, on a wrestling show. I'd get it if she was a massive star, but I don't think she is. Asuka's on commentary, but they haven't turned a mic on. Mickey's selling for Lana, man. I hate Natty's voice. I'm sorry. I know that's not a good reason to not like someone, and I'm from Hull, and I've got this, like, nah accent. I hate Natty's voice, dudes. What I don't like about Natty, because I respect that a lot of people like her, but I don't believe her in the ring. She seems so fake. She does them fake, like, 90s wrestling looks, you know what I mean? I can't believe her. Especially when she starts shouting. Oh. Okay. Okay, so they've got Asuka on commentary, speaking Japanese. Wonderful. And now she just taught us English. I mean, I do, like I say, I do prefer Asuka as a heel, but whatever. Whatever. It's Maven Glean. Yo, Maven Glean. Maven Glean's one part of the Wrestle Story. You should check them out over on youtube.com, but the live reviews are currently on twitch.com. We recently did a watch along of SummerSlam with them, which they, I believe, uploaded to the channel the other day. So go ahead and check that out. Me and Dom did that. It was fun. In the sun. With my bun. Because Maven had done some bacon and didn't send us any cake. Oh, come on, this is rubbish. This is rubbish. Okay, she's done the spinning heel kick. Get the pin. And move on, because I'm bored. Fine. Let's just have Mickie James and thingy. Oh, she's going to face Natalya next week. Whatever. Can we just get it off TV now? I'm not going to lie, guys. That's a match I want to see. I mean, yeah, that'll be great. But, like, she's got to get through Natalya next week. Huh. Natalia's going to go to the bondage shop and buy some more gear. Raw. Can I set this off? I'm just going to read comments because I really don't care. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Looks like I started my job a year ago. Not been there since March the 16th, but still, I know, dude. I've not been off work since March the 16th, yeah, maybe earlier. Yes, Seth hijacked her return. Confusing, dude. It was terrible. We're getting a catch up of the Aleister Black and Kevin Owens sections, where he just suddenly went into an eye seizure. What? Again, like, if you come back from the video package of him seeing what had happened and then come back to that, you'd be like, oh, okay, that's exciting. But instead, they had to make it a little bit naff. A little bit naff. Oh, I'm not in a good mood. Oh, Charlie, do not knock on his door. Oh, Randy Orton's in there. Oh, because Randy Orton's fighting Kevin Owens later. Charlie, don't knock on the door, love. You don't want to knock on his door. Cool, sort of saw that coming, and if it builds Kevin Owens and Aleister Black into a great match, I'm all for it, baby. Rock and roll. AOP was to come back with Paul Ellering, but the COVID-19 stopped the plans. Were they? I thought he's injured, and that's because he was obviously with the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins. I don't understand why they didn't keep the one guy that can still go and just, like, and have him on TV. Oh, it's because we're a tag team, so we've got to take him off because one guy's injured. Like, no, let him do something with Seth and then have the other guy come and join him. WWE. We need Xavier Wood and Kofi back, but I love Big E. Cool. I'd quite like Xavier and Kofi to go on their own tag team sort of quest for a while. That'd be cool. Feels like we might be getting Big E versus Roman at WrestleMania, you know, which I'd be cool with. Germany, they muted her, lol, understandably. Wrestle Story. Maven Glenn says, hi Jack, Natty sucks. Indeed she does. My accent's a mix of Hackney and Yorkshire. Ric Flair won't understand me. Dude, he really struggles to understand Yorkshire. Natty's a cat person, hence excellent. Cat is just annoying with cats, dude. She's an annoying cat person. You're a lovely cat person, and I'm all for cat people to a point. And that is an annoying cat person. Mr. Wrestling Hands, Natty's cats are over more than she is. Yeah, they don't really do a lot with her, do they? She comes out with them things on her ears, on her cat ears. You know, have you ever seen Batman Returns? Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. That's a Catwoman that I can get behind. Natty is a Catwoman. We've all got our vices, and we are doing an all-out show together, right? I'm real excited. Yes, we are doing it together. It's going to be a lot of fun, Maven. It's going to be a lot of fun. Is Aleister Black now Solid Snake? Yeah, I think so. The Wrestle Story, I'm going to call him Metal Gear. Well played, Jack. Well played. Was that something you just made up on the spot, or have you heard that somewhere? I need toilet. Do I wait for the next ad break? I'll wait for the next ad break. Thank you all so much for joining us. I do appreciate it, dudes and dudettes. We have 5 people. If you haven't liked the video, it really helps out if you do. So if you could, that'd be cool. If you haven't subscribed, you can. I did an interview that's coming out on Thursday, I believe. It's a really good interview with a dude called Viking Size Gamer, who has a really great YouTube channel. One of the things he does is a reboot 2K series where he really goes into depth and has some wonderful editing on what he wants to see in future games. Really good channel, really worth checking out. And I sort of did an hour and a half chat with him. It was really fun, man. So if you're into that sort of stuff, I'll put it up on Thursday and we'll do a watch along with it or something. I'll be in chat while it's playing. Basically, it'll be a bit earlier, you know. So I don't have to stay up at 1 a.m. that night, do I? Cool. Rock and roll. Thank you all so much for joining us. This is awesome. I do appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. You make Raw entertaining, especially when I've got to watch Mickey James and Lana. Right, so where's the stipulation come from? The winning team earns a tag title match. The losing team will be no more. Who decides that stipulation? And what a naff stipulation for a match, right? The stimulus for a breakup of a tag team should not be a random match on Raw. It should be something story-wise that's happened. And I'm not impressed with Peyton Royce's makeup tonight. She's got too much blusher on. So not only do I not like the stipulation. Oh, they're really selling them. They're definitely breaking up. Stupid. You have Billy turn on Peyton and then have him feud about something. That's how you tell stories in wrestling, damn it. Oh. Okay, we're getting a greatest hits compilation of the Iconics before they disappear. Oh, they give Liv Morgan her old gimmick back because they've realised they couldn't do more interesting with her. That was part of payback, wasn't it? I quite enjoyed the story of that match, actually, with the whole Liv afraid of Ruby and not wanting for the tag and stuff like that, and still not trusting. I quite enjoyed that. Wow, so we're not going to see Iconic anymore. Iconic. Yeah, Wrestle Story. It's a stupid stipulation because well, it's called writing a story. Stupid. Made it up because he looks poor man's Kiefer Sutherland, who's a poor man's David Hayter. I used to date an Aussie. I'm basically an iconic. Congratulations, Jack. Basically, you are iconic. As the Wrestle Story says, you are iconic. And we do love everyone. Like, seriously, Jack does a great job for us, and like, it's awesome having him on the chat and someone to. I know at the Wrestle Story they have Missy G, who does it, but Jack's not related to us, and he does it off his own back, and that's honestly, it's hard being a model dude, and we do ask him to do a lot, and it's awesome. So thank you, Jack. Wrestle Story are very wise. Indeed, they are wise before their time. Although that's not true of Mr. G because he's ancient. I don't mind being the heel. There's the pyro going off. Cool. It looks great. That looks great. Are they getting the Thunderdome better? You know what? Even through that terrible match that happened then, I haven't been watching the crowd. I've just noticed. Maybe I'm getting adjusted to the Thunderdome. Clearly, Mr. G hasn't heard my age comment yet, or he would have been writing something back in chat. I look forward to it. Thank you guys, but I love it. Oh no, Jack, you do a wonderful job, and he also does a lot of work on our Facebook page. Oh, here we go. Here comes Solid Snake. Kicks to Kevin Owens. I thought we'd at least get part of the match, but apparently not. Oh, Alistair's full heel. It's alright, Kevin. Just put a video footage of him getting his eye bashed in, and he'll just fall to the floor like a girl. Black Mass. Kevin Owens is dead. Kevin Owens sold it very well. Okay, so we are an hour into Raw, and I believe we've had one match, or two matches, if you want to call Lana and Mickie James a match. I think Alistair's going to be really interesting as a heel. There was a little bit that he did on the outside where he was like this, like taking a bow, if you like. I think there's some really interesting stuff there with Alistair Black. Just RKO him. Oh, he just got a right chop in. Good lad. RKO. Why does Black hate KO? Because he showed him a video last week and he freaked out. Because he invited him on his talk show to help him get over, which was more than Vince McMahon has done for a long time. And I mean, that's an exciting match. It's building up. Who's going to be the third person? Who's in the third match? Oh, it's going to be Seth Rollins. So it might not be. It could be Dominic. You could put, but I think Dominic could struggle with them two guys and another match tonight. Let's just put Seth Rollins in there, shall we? Keithley, Randy Orton, and Seth Rollins in tonight's main event. Very good. Renzo says, I'm back. Hello. Come get these hands, baby. Man, so many wrestlers changed as heels. They changed as heels. What do you mean? Like they've got a lot of heels in the company, or do you mean his character's changed a lot? I think Alistair's going to be interesting. I think Alistair's going to be really interesting. The Wrestle Story said that was pointless. I think Dominic wins. Nah. I mean, yeah, it was pointless. I would have expected Alistair Black to come down mid-match, but whatever. Clearly, it's just Raw where we're not getting any wrestling tonight. Maybe we'll get a great match. No, Dominic ain't winning. Dominic's not fighting 2 matches in one night. I mean, he did all right last night. He did a lot better than SummerSlam, I thought. But like, Dominic's not wrestling 2 matches, and not with like Randy Orton and Keithley. Nah, it's not happening. Okay, Dominic's backstage. Who's the bird? The Mysterio family's getting bigger. Because we was originating, and that's part of the reason that I put on the title Seth versus Ray. It was supposed to be Seth versus Ray tonight, but there's been an injury, and Ray has some sort of armband on, so he might have pulled something in his arm. Who's the daughter? Oh man, I think it was Aaliyah. She can't have that name because it's taken from someone else in NXT, so. Mind you, let's be honest. Rey Mysterio should be fighting Walter for custody over Dominic. CM Punk for the 3rd spot. Hang on, doesn't Fiend get an automatic rematch? Rematches don't happen anymore because WWE put themselves in a position to tell stories and then forgot to do it. Dominic wins since Seth will be leaving soon. Yeah, but the match at the end of the night, I assume it's Mr. G. Could be a Mini M. The match at the end of the night. Yeah, his promos still haven't got any better in the space of a week. Didn't expect it to. Yes, Seth will be leaving soon, but the match that he wins tonight is for a championship opportunity at Clash of Champions. So if Dominic wins tonight, he'll go to the triple threat with Keithley and Randy Orton, and the winner of that match will decide who's at Clash of Champions. So he doesn't. Maybe you're saying it's time for Seth to put him over. I wonder when Becky's having a baby. Yeah, could be soon. I don't know, man. I don't know. Ray's entire family is taller than him. Aaliyah's beautiful. Ray's daughter looks not like him. Neither does his son, Jack. Many wrestlers have changed their heels so many years, but most of heel of all time is Kevin Owens, Tommaso Ciampa, CM Punk, and The Miz. But most heel wrestler of all time is Randy Orton. Randy Orton is a wrestler who really works well as a heel, and when he's a face, it's just a bit meh. He can't seem to be bothered most of the time when he's a face, but as a heel, yeah, he's great. Look, honestly, he's been doing great work these last few weeks. I did a video ages ago. I don't know if you've seen it, the one where I talk about the problem with Randy Orton because I was getting frustrated with like rubbish matches. But yeah, I'll go into it quite a lot. But when he puts effort in, it's like he can be great. Tommaso Ciampa, I think, has been one of the best heels in the last 10 years, potentially. Certainly in the top 5 talking points. Tommaso Ciampa was a wonderful heel. Kevin Owens is a cracking heel. He's also a cracking face. He's got the potential. The problem is WWE just don't let it happen. It's a shame. Which is a shame. It is Mr. G. Hello, Mr. G. Be good if them two... Oh, are you two reviewing while watching me? Bless you. You're doing so much. Be good if them two looked like Eddie. Mate, honestly, Rey Mysterio and Walter in a custody battle over Dominic. I also think Dom's going to win. Lol, maybe I mean, maybe, and then Leon Orton kill him. maybe. Becky gives birth about November, so we're in September today. Cool. I think Wrestler Story and Minnie are right. Am I just wrong? Here's my problem. I haven't seen Dom do a lot yet, and I don't know how he'd cope in 2 matches in one night. I think it's a lot. But there's nothing on the line for these predictions, so it's all good. It's all good. Cool. Then Lee and Orton will kill him. Yeah, who do you think's winning out of Lee and Orton? That's quite interesting. I think... Well, it's going to be Orton. It's got to be Orton. I think that it's more about trying to keep people intrigued. With Seth leaving, there is no way they even consider putting a title on him. Absolutely not. At least with Dominic, there's a 1% chance. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. You're trying to... yeah, okay. I see why you'd say that. It will be a sort of obvious outcome if Dominic gets through or Seth gets through, though, isn't it? Yeah, I suppose there's a 1% chance of him winning, but Dominic versus Drew McIntyre at Clash of Champions. Is Becky Lynch have a baby birth? Is Becky Lynch having a baby? Yes, she is. Apparently, according to Wrestle Story, who know everything, and I do trust them, it's in November, I believe it was. No, it wasn't Wrestle Story. It was Jack, who I don't trust. So, but he is one of Becky's biggest stalkers. So, yeah, that'll be happening. November is when the baby is due. Good for her. Yes, she is preggers, Jack says eloquently. Thank you, Jack. Rock and roll. Thank you all so much for joining me. This is awesome. I do need the toilet at some point. It's fun just chatting to them. Anyone want to take over while I go to the toilet? I enjoyed this match, man. I enjoyed the Apollo Crews and Bobby Lashley match. It felt like two really hard hitters going at it. Like, bang! The chokeslam he did was great. Splash was good, the frog splash. That chokeslam there. Boom. Beautiful. Are we getting any new information? We won't. Yeah, I think giving it to Lashley was the right decision. Sorry, Apollo. I would go as far as to say Dom has a 0.5 chance of winning the title. I mean, you could... You can't even give him a cruiserweight title because he's too big. Yeah, no, he's not winning a title right now. He's not winning a title. Oh, Apollo Crews versus Shelton Benjamin in Raw Underground. So, forgive me if I'm wrong, but is that the first time we've had a very specific advertised section for Raw Underground? Or did they do it with Ziggler maybe last week against Hansen? I still don't like them having underground people on main roster as well. It's not working for me. The MVP and Shelton Benjamin are in the VIP crowd. I'll do my Thunderdome thing. I have 2 Becky shirts. I stan her. Yes, Maven taught me what stan means. It means you're a stalker fan. Wrestle Story. Oh, a match we have never seen before. Yes. Who was it? Shelton Benjamin and Apollo Crews, was it? Yeah. Was it Apollo Crews? On Underground. Why are we doing it on Underground? I didn't even pay attention to what match it was. Here comes Bobby Lashley. Has his run been underwhelming since he's come back? I mean, he had that whole thing with Drake. Was it Drake Maverick? I sort of forgot about that. Cool, but I mean, I'm good for Bobby Lashley. What are we going to see next then? Who are we going to see him go against next? Because it won't be Cruz, surely. There's not many faces at the minute, is there? Anywhere? Renzo's right. 1% is giving him far too much credit. Indeed, it is. Yeah, yeah. Can you imagine the main event of Clash of Champions, Dominic and Drew McIntyre? I wonder if everyone would be saying he's great then. I don't think they would. They could have had this group be dominant, and they've made them look like a bunch of clowns. Yeah, there's moments of genius in it. There's something there. It's just not really. Is Apollo joining the Hurt Business? And is that the next section of the story? There are 3 things that are certain: death, taxes, and Bobby Lashley. I thought Stan was named after a 2000 Eminem song. Is that with Dido? I think. $2,000, yes. 20 years ago. Wow. He will get Apollo back. Obviously, what was Apollo doing after the match yesterday? Where he looked like he seemed like really bratty about losing. Okay, they're having a Hanson and Rowe match, and was it Street Profits as well? I think he said. Or is it going to be Ricochet that ends up joining Hurt Business? They're getting another member out there, which is fair enough. It's cool. Hmm. Yeah. At times it feels dominant. At times it's just a bit of a joke, in it. It should just be a bit more serious. I think, just really sort of destroying people. Am I going to even request a jobber match? Maybe give me a jobber match. Since Polo wants to act like a little punk, I'm going to beat him like a little punk. Shelton Benjamin 2020. Indeed, Maven. That line made me laughing far more than it should have. And Cedric's come down to confront MVP. Didn't come alone. We've got Hanson and Rowe. So that's the match we're getting. It won't be as good as it should be. It'll be a basic Raw match, won't it? Oh, and they're helping the stage crew by moving some of the furniture for them. And we're going to get that after the break. I'm going to go for a very quick wee. Let me know if you've got any awesome questions for me to come back and not just look like a muppet when I get back. I might even put the kettle on. So I have a brew, cup of tea. Will I have a cup of tea? Is that annoying if I just disappear for a minute? You'll see me in the background. I'll leave the screen. But it is awesome having you all here. Thank you so much. You guys rock. You guys rock. Keep each other entertained. Say some funny things in chat. Cheers, dudes. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, I've trapped myself in, man, with stuff. This is not. How the devil am I going to get back in them? Get out. Oh. Ooh. Hello. All right, let's see what we've got here. Ant had to dive over the couch to escape. Yes, I did. All right, it's time to hack into the system and take over the show. Who do you think you are, Sean Rossap? And moves like one of those Cirque du Soleil guys. Dude, my knees are knackered. I had an ACL operation last year, in my defense. And what I've done, I've put my iPad like raised up right in front of me there, so that because I felt like when I was doing it with the with it just on my lap, I was like this. So I thought I'd try and improve the podcast for you folks. The takeover continues. First thing I need to do is figure out how to hack. Maven, you probably got a better clue than me, mate. You can make like title sequences and stuff like that. That look really cool. So, Apollo Crews isn't out there. Fine. Is Apollo Crews getting involved in this to carry on that? MVP attacking Rowe. No, that's not the names. It's Eric Arriva. One of them. Rowe is also his previous name. This is now an episode of Wrestle Story. It is a Wrestle Story takeover. Thanks for all joining me, man. Keep me entertained. This is cool. Okay. I mean, this is just a 6-man tag, isn't it? Why the Viking Raiders as well? Is it because they beat them on Raw Underground last week? I bet nobody remembered that because did they beat them on Raw Underground? Yeah, I bet no one remembered it because it feels like a different product. Oh, Debbie Burnett as well, the Bachelor Bird. She might come out and make the match interesting. I'm guessing the Hurt Business wins. Wrestle Story, I'm sorry. I don't care who wins. Do you care who wins? Hurt Business probably should win. The Viking Raiders are being wasted big time. And we're now advertising a tornado tag match between the Street Profits and Angel Garza and Andrade, which I'm sure will be fine, but doesn't it feel like we've seen it a million times? Is it me or is this a really bad Raw? I don't want to go on a review later and say it was really bad if it's not really bad, but it's feeling like a really bad Raw. Ivar the Engine will win, says Jack. Cedric Alexander in there with MVP. I mean, it could be the match where MVP turns on the Viking Raiders for no reason. Whatever, I don't know. It won't happen. There's just a lot going on, isn't there? It's a faction team against. Why is Cedric Alexander fighting with the Viking Raiders? It makes no sense. It's who are we going to put in that position? The story's between Cedric Alexander and the Hurt Business, and shouldn't it be Ricochet and Thingy? But then we've seen that a billion times as well, so who cares about that? Who cares about that? A middling Raw so far. Thank you, Jack. I mean, the first match was really good. I'll try and join you guys on Twitch after tonight. And Cedric Alexander's getting beat up in the ring. But I don't feel like there's going to be any sort of comeback from the Viking Raiders because they just feel so out of place in the story. Maybe I'm missing something, dude. Maybe I'm missing something. Oh, please don't go to a break. It feels like this is going to go through a break. Does anyone care about this match at all? Okay, face wash to Cedric from MVP. Good that MVP can still go, man. He was planning on retiring this year. He just wanted to do one more little thing in WWE and then gets a contract and stays there forever. Ginny's watching along. Well, thank you, Ginny. Lovely to see you, dear. MVP is like a jilted lover. So we got it. Cedric gets beat up. Oh dear. Oh, people are clapping. Is it? Have you guys noticed as well, like the amount of repeats that they've got in the crowd? Okay. Oh, we got a shot of the other side of the Thunderdome, which definitely doesn't have any video screens in. I think that's the first time I've seen a shot of the other side of the Thunderdome. MVP pinned Cedric. Wow. Hey, why they played his music? I thought MVP got the pin. What happened there? I assumed he got the pin because of the music. Did Cedric Alexander get the pin? Did you miss anything? Dudes, I'm sorry, I can't help you. What the devil just happened? Miss anything? No, I've just been bored, but thank you for joining me again. Keeping me occupied. Why is MVP applauding? Okay. Titus O'Neil's in Raw Underground. What's he going to be doing? Kissing his son? Right. So what happened? Oh, duh. What you doing, WWE? Right. So, Hurt Business spend most of the match destroying Cedric Alexander. MVP then allows Cedric to get the pin onto him. MVP then celebrates the pin because they've let Cedric win. And this story is they want Cedric to get wins. And that's part of what they've done to get wins. But why did they spend half of the match beating him up if that was the case? That was a bit like the finger poke of doom done really terribly. Does anyone else think that moves the story on at all? Or just really confusing? I actually thought MVP got the win the way he was celebrating. And then I realised it was Cedric's music that was playing. Wrestling, guys. Maven wants retribution. I mean, we're an hour and a half in. I feel like give it another half hour. Retribution, come on. Show ends. What do we reckon? I mean, that'd do it for me. Did we miss anything? Our internet crashed? No, you missed out. I didn't make another cup of tea. I didn't struggle to get over myself or anything. Yes, match of the decade. It was terrible. Maven says, I want Retribution. Jack says it says a lot. Yeah. Maven's into Retribution from the last review that I saw her do. What did you think? I haven't seen your payback review yet, dude. What do you think about no Retribution last night? I quite enjoyed payback. I didn't do a review of it because my reaction pretty much explains everything. Good. I'm glad it's not just me that doesn't understand it. Yeah. A very undercooked story. Mr. G, it is just stupid. It's just stupid. It makes no chronological sense, that's all. And it's not, you've got talented dudes in there. Like, I don't even know why the Viking Raiders were there, though. What's going on? I mean, maybe they should have just done that with MVP versus Cedric Alexander. Wouldn't that have made more sense? Wouldn't that have been a much clearer sort of story? Couldn't you have done more with that? But instead, they had the Viking Raiders there for whatever reason, even though he's busy giving turkey legs to Bachelor Babe. Retribution should just be called the Worthless Group. I feel like Mini M is going to be throwing stuff at you. Yeah, but to a point, I agree. They need a face. They have no face. That's the problem. And they're just school kids. But they're going back to school soon, so we won't see them anymore. Well, Retribution were mentioned earlier, so I'll guess they'll be in the main event. Seriously, are we going to kill the three-way for the Clash of Champions? Oh, what's happening here? Hurt Business are attacking Cedric Alexander. And Apollo and Ricochet saved him. Even though they probably should have just been in that tag match instead of the Viking Raiders, who had no reason to be there. After giving him the win, they beat him up. Iconic. Let's enjoy the Iconics last ever show. Let's move on from the Hurt Business. Let's get that out of the head, because that was just a waste of goddamn time. That was a waste of my time. Right. Cool. Last ever match. Good. Looking great, ladies. Too much blusher painting. Titus World Slide. Retribution were mentioned earlier. Terrible. Retribution should have been on the show. Yes. Like, excuse me. Why would you not put them on Payback? Because what? I tell you why, Maven. Because what are they getting Retribution for, or looking for Payback for? Because they're telling us now. Which is what they're going to do with Roman, by the way. Yeah. Oh, I think they were a bit sad that they're losing. You could tell they were sad. They're not going to break up the Riot Squad now. They just give up on trying to find Liv Morgan a new gimmick and just throw in her old thing. Which, let's be honest, Riot Squad is basically Ruby Riot's gimmick extended to other people. Is Liv gonna fight? Please don't fight. She's fighting. It looks like she's the dominant one. Yeah, it's a tag match, isn't it? Of course she's fighting. Stupid. Oh, British football ad. So bad. Sorry, dude. They've been used terribly. They took over SmackDown a couple of weeks ago at the beginning of the show and did nothing with it. Yes. Yeah, with the whole Big E storyline, which has great potential. Here we go. Right, this has got to be a great match. The Iconics' last match on Raw. We all believe the Iconics are losing here, right? Let us know what you think. Yeah, I noticed that they both looked a bit upset. They were doing this like little hand-holdy thing. Oh, this is our last time on Raw together. Billy should be upset because I don't think she's got as much potential as Peyton. She's going to be the Liv Morgan of the tag team. Going to tease a new gimmick. It's not going to come out. They're going to do a couple of promos with her in the bath, which is just some producer's excuse to see it, to shoot a scene with them in the bath, probably. Let's be perfectly honest. Okay, Liv Morgan's got the tag. Let's watch her. Okay, nice kick. Elbow into the side. Is she looking better for me? Kick to the back of the head. That's going to potentially hurt you a lot. Kobe says, hello. How are you doing, man? It was interesting seeing you on the stream the other night. Was that last night? Yes, last night. Someone else's stream. That was a bizarre stream, man. It was a bizarre stream. Let me read through your messages, because Liv Morgan's in. Also, Roman sucks, says Maven Glean. Maven's not happy about... Ooh, that was a nice shot. Maven's not happy about Roman winning. If they use it in the right way, it could be fine. I'm basically, Gimme a whole year's resident Australian, says Jack. That's because Jack once dated an Australian, and therefore thinks that he's 1/15th Australian. Kobe's saying hello to everyone. This will be a short throwaway match, but they'll be put back together. What, the Iconics? Funny stream. Dude. Zandel's here. Hello, Zandel. How are you doing? It's just me. I'm sorry. Hope you're doing well, friend. They are splitting teams in this dead division. They have like 4 teams. Yeah. We all think the Iconics are splitting up, right? It makes sense, man. Peyton could probably do better by herself, unfortunately. They're not doing it with the Iconics, are they? The problem is, and I've said this before you all sort of started showing up, because the problem is, you don't make a match stipulation of the losers break up, right? What you do is you write a story, and you tell that story of the breakup. Not make it a match stipulation one night on Raw because you've decided that they're breaking up as a tag team. It makes no sense. Lots of pins there. Ruby gets the pin on Billie Kay. The Iconics are no more. Iconic. Billie Kay got pinned. Right, do something interesting. Peyton, kick her head off. Kick her head off. Because now you're not a tag team, you've got to hate each other. Okay, they're doing the whole whiny thing. Fine. Let's make it 2 out of 3 falls, eh? Billie Kay is not my son. Why? Sorry, that's what you meant to say. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Because they want to push Peyton, I think. And I think the Iconics had sort of run the course for now. Come back later. It'll be fine. They'll be back together soon. Oh, Peyton looks genuinely upset. But we don't want to see them be genuinely upset. We want to see them be comedy upset, because that's what they are. Remember, characters are different than how you feel. When it competes later tonight in a triple threat match to win a championship opportunity at a Clash of Champions. Now we've got more people in chat. Wrestle Story and Jack all think that Dominic is winning. I think Seth's winning. What do you all think's winning? Who's going to make it to that final triple threat, which may or may not be interrupted by Retribution? I'm great, Ant. How am I? You know what? I'm really good. Raw's terrible. Really not enjoying it. The first match was great. Shane O'Mac. Raw Underground is going to be great tonight. Titus O'Neil has said we're going to see a side of him we've never seen. Maybe it should have been Titus O'Neil is going to show us a slide of him we've never seen. Shane Michaels. Cool see, well underground. Shut up. 6-minute match to the end of Iconics as your resident Sydney correspondent. I'm mortified. Yeah, they deserve better, didn't they? They deserve better. Like if you were gonna do it, like do it at a sort of you can build up to the tag teams have to break up as a story, as a match stipulation, but you don't just announce it at the start of Raw. You've got to build it up as a feud going forward. Clash champions, maybe. Or maybe a match next week or what. You don't just announce it at the start of Raw. It's just crap. It's storytelling. It's crap. I would have just liked for Billy to become a manager type figure for Peyton. Yes, I'd like that. I'd like that a lot. I actually think Billy's a better talker than Peyton. I really do. Backstage. I just think in the ring she doesn't do it for me. It's because she wears velvet gear, and I cringe a bit of velvet. It reminds me of like 80s sofas, with tassels. I've never liked tassels either. Titus would show as he used to be a ballerina. Word slide. Yeah, fingers crossed. That'll make Underground entertaining, right? Titus O'Neil's comes out in a ballerina dress. Or Titus O'Neil's a drag act and he's got like an alter ego. That'd be fab. That shows something we didn't expect. And then Shane's character of the sort of it actually sort of makes sense as this sort of crazy ringleader of madness. Be fun. See what happens. Thank you all so much for joining us. For those of you that have joined us just now, I've told everyone else I've got a big interview coming on Thursday, which is with Viking Size Gamer, who does an awesome channel. We had a big chat about his WWE 2K concept videos. That's coming to you all on Thursday. We might do a live stream of NXT tomorrow. Might do. I'm not going to guarantee it. Do you want us to? Is it important that we do the big heel four-way that we've got to watch? Or the old tweeners? Who cares? There's too many heels on NXT at the minute. Marvel Avengers game advertisement. I bet Dom is really looking forward to that. I'm just looks a bit meh. Is anyone else excited for that? Anyone else gamers in here? I've been playing Fall Guys, that's fun. Titus will show he used to be a ballerina. That should have lasted until Survivor Series. As it is, I'm sure this breakup was planned today. Yeah, it was right. Okay, we get him into the Iconics. We're going to break them up, and next week on Raw, we're going to have a match with Peyton Royce and Lana, and that's going to be the start. That's all we've got to. That's it. I mean, you couldn't believe either of them in a match against Asuka, could you? I think that's why the Iconics worked as a tag team, because they sort of had that. You can have Peyton have a match against Asuka, and as long as Billy Kay's on the outside, in theory, Peyton looks a lot stronger. I don't see them being able to get them over as individuals. Sorry. We'll see. Bit like Liv Morgan when she went on solo, and now she's back with a Riot Squad gimmick. Right, so I read on the press release earlier today that we're getting Ray versus Seth. I was just doing a Seth Ray promo package rubbish thing. So I read on the preview today that that's what we get, and that's how I create the thumbnail or what have you, and I tend to put whatever sort of appearing on it, so at least it sort of makes sense. And the thing we get is the Ray and Seth thing. Fine. Okay, cool. Seth was injured last night. Could someone at one point not told the marketing department, like, oh, this match ain't going to be able to happen because someone's injured? and we have the advertisement for Seth versus Dominic, which is a big deal match, I think. Them solo. But it does feel like we're getting it all the time, though, doesn't it? So, SummerSlam. Big debut. Bit disappointing. Lots of story. We've got any gimmicks? You got any gimmicks for us to throw at this? Yeah. People loved. I didn't get it. Then on Raw, we had Seth and Buddy versus Ray and Dominic. And Retribution attack. And match. And Retribution targeted Seth and Ray. Nothing's been said about that yet, has it? But anyway, they're fine to have the fight again on Payback on Sunday. Fine. It's fine. Seen medical attention. Whatever. And then tonight we're getting Dominic and Seth. It's a lot in like 2 weeks, isn't it? I'm with Dom. I'm dead excited about the Avengers game. Also, Xbox Series X. Nice, man. I've heard a lot of weird stuff about it, and so I'm just like, meh. Also, the DLC characters that they're releasing. So they're doing Hawkeye as the sort of first big one. PS4's getting Spider-Man as an exclusive, I believe, for now or whatever. And then the three after that is War Machine, Jean Bishop, and She-Hulk. Okay, and I'm like, right, cool. So everyone's getting excited about these post-release DLC characters. Jean Bishop is a reskin of Hawkeye. She-Hulk is a reskin of Hulk, and who was the other one? War Machine is very similar to Iron Man. I'm just worried about how that's all going to work. Do you know what I mean? I think I worry that people are getting the hopes of too much, but just my opinion, man. I don't know. What do I know? What do I know? I just watch wrestling with a few people late at night. Have a nice time. So here comes Seth Rollins. You know? Oh, you got pyro. Did you get pyro at SummerSlam? Seth is very good. Seth is very good. Ray's story will end with Ray taking his mask off and giving it to Dom. Yes, I'd assume that makes sense. That makes sense, Jack. I have heard that as well. Yeah, cool. If we don't have to see Dom's face, we won't associate him with Walter quite as much, will we? Breaking news. Netflix cancels The Big Show after season 1. Lol. I thought you had something for us there, Maven. I thought you was breaking something that anyone cares about. Has anyone seen The Big Show? Well, it's a big show. It's a big man show now. Yeah, I'm not surprised. It looked like one of them sort of American canned laughter shows, which is quite ironic because it's very similar to Raw these days with canned audience sounds being pumped in. Yeah. Lol, assumed it would be, says Jack. Yeah. Okay, so Rollins is angry with Murphy, obviously, after getting the loss. Oh. Because he kicks him in the face. I'm so heartbroken, like truly very heartbroken. How is your family, Maven? How is Mrs. G and the kids? Say hello to them. Say, "Hull yeah, hull yeah." Thought you meant covered Dom's faces in this show's Dom's. I mean, I can give him a mask if you want. Okay, Seth's sending away Buddy. Buddy's doing a good job as well. Oh, I like this. Oh, he spat in his face. Yeah. Ooh. Just thought I should know it's very important information. Thanks, Minium. So I really like this. Oh, and he's just slapped him on the back of the head. He's got his Disciple t-shirt on. Which has to be a band name as well, by the way. Maven is the bringer of news. The bringer of fun. When will someone be launched into Thunderdome? I don't know. Oh, who's attacking him? It's Dominic. Right, I'll tell you what I really like about that. It's got that feeling of like this person in power abusing the disciples. In a similar sense to sort of the Virgil and $1 Million Man feud that happened. Dominic's coming out heavy, and he's being sat down by Seth. I was worried my prediction was going to be lost there. Everyone's pretty good. I'm pleased to hear it, Maven. I am pleased to hear it. Dominic with the arm drag. This is a quick wrestling match. This is fine. This is more entertaining than most of the stuff that's been happening. So yeah, I'm really into the Seth Buddy breakup. I don't want to see him break up. Not for a long time. You really need to sort of give it time to let the fans get behind Buddy as the person who they want to see take out Seth. That's always a good story to tell. The person that topples Seth is Buddy. Oh, but they're gonna do it real quick, aren't they? Hello, WWE. And the reason is because of an Irish lady having a baby. Damn. And that was such a good promo and such a good setup, and it's going to be rushed. 619. He looks real slow when he does that. He's not leaning into the ropes enough. Okay, cool. Cool. Are the people in the Thunderdome watching this? Quite interesting. Because we've just gone to an ad break, but actually that section of fighting was some of the quickest fighting we've seen in Raw tonight. Yeah. Baptism of Fire, I suppose, by Dominic. I don't think he's necessarily impressing me yet, though. Seth looked good there, though. Cool. I'm glad to hear that your family's good, Maven and Mr. G. How is everyone else doing in chat? Is there anyone? I'm sure there's other people there. Is Becky Irish? Apparently. I believe she's the Irish lass kicker. Please check the video resolution. The resolution is 1152 by 648, which is not optimal. What do you want? What is optimal? Why? What's the problem with the video? Cool. What do you guys think of Raw? I think it's pretty rubbish, but nice chatting with you guys. What else can we talk about? DC had a lot of their trailers revealed recently. Looked some good stuff there. New Suicide Squad game. Gotham Knights, I think another one was. Should be good. This post Malone is doing a Doritos advert. Excellent. Cool. Oh, is the Bill and Ted thing out in theaters or at home? Cool. I didn't know that was out already. American adverts, eh? Feels like we're not getting many. It's more on TNT actually. You get all the sort of medical adverts. You don't get that as much on Fox here, but I have to sit through these ones. Phew. I don't normally watch Raw fully. Yes, Thunderdome crowd are watching the live show. Yeah. I think it'd be interesting. The reason I bring it up is, and I think it'd be interesting, is because I wonder what they're doing now, because they can't be going at that pace. Just won't be. They must have slowed it right down. But it's just interesting because obviously we've not seen a lot of Dominic, and here we are waiting for these adverts to finish, and I'm just talking rubbish. Bill and Ted 3's out. Cool. Was it any good, Jack? Raw's a little more this week. I assume that means bore this week, as it is for me. Miz and Maurice having babies, saving the world. What will happen next? Cares. They'll have another baby, probably. Good for them. Hope they're enjoying life. Have you read out about Bill and Ted 3, Jack? Haven't heard anything. Right, back into the ring. We've got Dominic and Seth Rollins, and Seth has him in a choke and is bouncing with him. Right. So they've had a rest spot, so let's keep going. Sling Blade. Cool. Have Seth take the lead for a little bit, do a little bit of work on him. Jack says he loves American ads. Gleans, I'm obsessed with your country's ads. How has things been going on Twitch for you guys? And have you got any further with your YouTube stuff? I hope so. Yeah, slap him on the back of the head, Seth. Oh, more means middle of the road. We're 2 hours into it. Oh, it's nearly 10 o'clock. You know what that means? I mean, it's not. It's 3 in the morning, but it's nearly 10 o'clock. We're going to see Titus in a ballerina outfit. Fabulous. More means middle of the road. If Maven was listening, Maven would have gone, oh yeah, more means middle of the road. Oh, great. So just to let you know, the Tornado tag match between Street Profits and Andrade and Angel Garza is next. To keep you entertained, everyone. Are you hanging around for the review, Jack, or...? Bill and Ted 3 isn't doing well in cinemas, and nothing really is. Shame, as I liked it. Oh, cool. I haven't seen it yet. Thanks for letting me know, dude. Okay. Head scissors into the corner, the counter of the powerbomb. I feel like we've seen that counter in every single one of the matches. Is that just me? Into the corner. I mean, it's fine. Like, wrestlers like do the same moves all the time, but a reversal as a move is a bit of a weird one. Okay, caught him on the top and the DDT. I feel like this is the exact same spot we saw last night. Oh, kicked out. Kicked out. I can easily imagine Titus in a pink tutu. Do you just want our country, Jack? I will gladly give it away, says Maven Glean. Do you have the power to do that, Maven? I mean, if you did, it'd be good. I believe you're the richest country in the world, so I'll take your country. Oh, Dominic's wiping a bit of sweat off his face. Twitch has been good. Oh, I'm pleased, Maven. I am pleased. I hope you can sort out YouTube as soon as possible. I know you stream on all of them, but for you guys. Might stay review. Took nap earlier because I knew Raw's long. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. I'll probably just do a quick review, you know. There's not a lot to say, is there, so far? Here we go. It's 619 time. We really are in the same spot we were before with the YouTube stuff. Okay, cool. I only missed the splash. By the way, Maven, that was the spot he was going to win the match if he was going to win the match after delivering the 619. Unless he goes for a frog splash again. Oh, can he sell it? Oh, he sold it pretty good. Okay. He's not getting up after a curb stomp. Un, deux, trois. Your Messiah. Your winner. Yes, I'll add the USA to my portfolio and sell it. and the family are upset backstage. Aaliyah looks so charming in that jumper though. Dom's mum's just really unhappy, understandably. So we have Keithley, Randy Orton, and Seth Rollins in the main event. Yeah, guys, the problem is you couldn't put Dominic in 2 matches at this point, and he hasn't got a big enough moveset. He's got to get the stuff he's doing right now first. Another stomp. Camera goes in, so we don't see it. Oh, Ray's upset. Aaliyah's going to go out and beat Seth Rollins. Set his hair on fire. That's what you should do. Ray's going to confront him. Building up to Ray and... Oh, we were wrong. Dom lost. You were wrong. It's alright. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Who cares? It's all good. Oh, poor Dom. Let's try and really oversell the agony that he must be in by zooming in on his mum's face. And Mama Mysterio looks like she's just about to whoop Seth upside the head. I say whoops Seth upside your head. I say whoops Seth. The old song, maybe. Don't know if you know that one. Here we go. It's Raw Underground. Titus. Titus just delivered a shirt, so he's not wearing a ballerina suit. He's wearing trousers. Whole new man. Okay, so he chokeslammed someone and punched someone. Right, someone else is coming up. Who's this dude? Okay, Titus just delivered a hard-looking power slam. This isn't going to do very well for Titus with his... Oh, he's doing the Lance Archer, going to kill him thing, but not really connecting with anything. And now he's got his hair stuck in his hands as he's pulling away. Who's next? Anyone else want to slide into the ring? It's Riddick Moss. Okay. So, Raw Underground is basically the new 24/7 championship, right? Who's got the 24/7 championship right now? Okay, they're scrapping. Riddick just went under Titus. It doesn't really work as a real fight when they're not fighting, and we see this in real fights in this format, you know what I mean? Okay, he's throwing him outside the ring. So Titus just went over Riddick Moss. No, Riddick Moss is fighting back. Don't push Titus under the ring, Jesus. Okay, Titus is killing everyone. What's going on here? What's going on? Okay, pushed him away. Oh, he went for the low blow. Oh. Titus got... Oh. Oh, Titus voted tonight. Ooh, Titus. Ooh. Shut up, Shane. Jessamine Duke is coming next in Raw Underground. Cool. I mean, that was better than most Raw Underground segments, wasn't it? But it is just the 24/7 championship belt. It's just that new segment. We do something with the people we're not using. What did we say? I believe, Maven, let's face it, Trump's not that smart, so everyone can trick him. Indeed we can. Maven's laughing. Coach Dawkins' scout report. Poisons peoples and amusement parks. Lothario and welcome. And Tranquilo. God. 24/7's back on our truth. I don't know. I still don't know why Raw Tube Network is a thing. I assume that's Raw Underground. That's weird. I didn't hate that segment. I didn't hate it. It's a bit jarring seeing two people pretending to really fight when they're not. And there's points where it looks okay. It looks passable. There's points that just don't. Oh, the Street Profits want the smoke because that's a gimmick. Oh, what a rush. Good God, Profits need something new. Yikes. Yes, indeed, Maven. Tag division needs, like, refreshing, man, or something. Put two, give... Why are Seth and Buddy going for the titles? Give me Seth and Buddy versus Street Profits. That'd be cool. We're seeing a review for SmackDown. A preview for SmackDown. I'll probably be doing that. Yay. Just by myself, so come and join us if you want to join us. Be nice to see you all there and chat to you all again. Thank you. I know it's a normal faces tonight, but it's awesome having you all chat. It's really nice, so thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, the Raw Underground thing, I mean, it's fine. It is what it is. It's a new 24/7 segment. It's just a segment on the show. It's not really doing anything. I mean, did that do out for Riddick Moss or Titus O'Neil? You're not going to be talking about it tomorrow, are you? Oh, did you see Titus O'Neil on Raw Underground? Maybe it's not even as buzzworthy as the 24/7 title. That's not a good place to be in, is it? But it's got Shane O'Mac in. He's getting paid a lot for that as well. Paid a lot more than Riddick Moss and Titus O'Neil, I'd assume. It's weird. It's just London who called Underground the Tube. Raw Underground. There we go. Raw Tube Network. I'll be honest, mate. I thought you was talking about an indecent website, but apparently you wasn't. So that's good. We invented that, not Chris Jericho. There you go. We did. Can't wait for Saturday. Can't wait for Saturday. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. It's always fun doing it with the Wrestle Story. Ooh. Yeah. Don't really do it for Titus, does it? It's just there's parts of it that look really good. And there's parts of it that just look really fake. It's a completely different thing. Jessamine Duke, she's a legitimate UFC fighter, so let's see what she can do in there. I suppose that's going to be the more interesting segment. And look, again, is that Raw Underground segment more entertaining than Titus O'Neil and Riddick Moss in a ring? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, dude. I'm still undecided on it. But when you're so undecided on something that's been happening for weeks and weeks and weeks, a bit like Retribution, I don't really care. They're not doing anything. You know, that's the problem. And that's where WWE are at the minute. They're too afraid to tell a story. And that's what they're going to do with Roman Reigns, I'm telling you. Tell you now. Bro, All Out is going to be fire. Yeah, it's going to be cool. Watching it with the Wrestle Story. Jack will be there with a normal group. The Shayna, Shafir, and Duke segment on Underground have been good. Yeah, they've only had one though, haven't they? One or two. And we haven't seen Shafir or Duke in the ring yet, I don't think. Maybe we have. Maybe I just forget about it because okay, All That will be lit. Am I doing talking like a young right? Yes, lit is means like it totes. Observing stuff. Why did Titus O'Neil push down the only person in the WWE universe cheering for him? He's trying to make his own Pineapple Pete. He had a Hawaiian jacket on. Oh, observing stuff. Lovely to see you, friend. Hope you are doing well. How are you finding Raw this evening? We do have the awesome Wrestle Story in chat. Yas, Jack. Yeah, you're doing good. Yas. That's what the kids say, isn't it, Maven? Or maybe it's just drag queens. I don't know, man. I don't know. Rock and roll. Who's coming in? It's Akira Tozawa. Akira Tozawa driving in with his ninjas. Oh, okay. Your name's not on the list. Oh, you see? It's Akira Tozawa's 24/7 champion. He's not on the list, so he gets out of his car. So, okay, it's a blank list comedy, and he's a referee. And it's R-Truth on the concrete with a roll up. Oh wow! Akira Tozawa can't get the door open because someone left the child lock on. Ninja left behind. Is it Ninja Retribution? I believe at the end of that, the ninja just like stuck his finger up at him and then cut off just before he did. Right, so segment like that, right? It means nothing. It's rubbish. And, oh, what are we going to do? They all sit in a meeting and go, oh, we're going to do this, right? What if they had Akira Tozawa and his ninjas come down on horses into a car park? And we're like, oh, I need a place to park. Wouldn't? Is that not more comic? If you're going to do a comic, the cups falling everywhere. Adam Page, just throwing cups at the Street Profits. Sorry, dudes, I will get to your questions. I'm just being entertained by Raw. Raw is something. I'm interested in Orton interacted with Seth in their triple threat. Yeah, talk about building a Raw on one gimmick or one segment. You know, it's all been about the triple threat tonight, and everything else has been rubbish filler around it. Alistair Black beat up Kevin Owens as well, so we didn't even get that match. Can't wait to see that match, though. Seems like more matches than usual, but that might just be me. Yeah, they're just wasted time, aren't they? What was that Hurt business and Cedric Alexander thing all about? It was just rubbish. In my opinion, whatever. I have ninjas too, but I'm an Australian. So what percentage Australian are you and what percentage ninja are you, Jack? And Jack said, I told you it was R-Truth. Well, it is now, yeah. You got it. Yeah, I'm young. Well, wickety whoop. I don't think wicked whoop is what the young people say, Jack. They say stuff like it's lit, and I'm a massive stan of that. And what else do they say? Get in the groove. Maybe in the 70s. Andrade's kicking the cups everywhere. Andrade's got some awesome ring gear. Zelina looks fine. And the Bachelorette's there, the Demi Burnett. Angel Garza is obviously with him. Cool. Oh no, Ninjas versus Retribution. Observing stuff that might give both of them factions something to do because they're not about the same level at the minute, aren't they? Raining crits for the profit. Raining cuts for the profits looks dumb. Indeed, it does, Maven. It really does. Street profits allow the solo cups. Yeah, silly. 90% of the time they don't even come out of both sides. No, it's what it is. It's like a Young Bucks gimmick. The Street Profits are just terrible gimmick. They're a terrible gimmick. I want the smoke, which has to be said after every intense promo. Oh, what a rush! A tornado tag match. Haven't seen those in a while. And Demi Burnett's on ringside watching. Hang on. I thought this happened last week. Or was it Viking Raiders? Were you in that Hurt Business match? It made no sense. Okay. So the tornado tag. I'm not a fan of tornado tags in general. Unless it's elimination. But like elimination ones. The super kick is so watered down now. Indeed it is. To be honest, I don't know if you watch. I think you watch AEW Observing. I was watching AEW and Nick Johnson was annoying the living daylights out of me. The amount his thighs must be like cauliflower ears. The amount he was slapping and really making it obvious as well. It annoyed me. Why is Demi still around? Dude, I don't know. I cannot answer that. Why isn't Demi Burnett replaced with Billy Kay? Oh, superplex and we're going to break. My wrestling's just interrupted. Wickedy whoop. Wicked whoop. Might need to use that one. Wickedy whoop. Wicky whoop. Wah wah. No, sorry, dudes. Sorry. It's tired. All right. 3:20 in the morning. Why is Demi still around? I don't know. Well, give it to Billy Kay, man. Just give Billy Kay something to do. We could have done Liv Morgan. They were trying to do something with her before they said, "Oh, we can't come up with anything. Here's the Riot Squad. You can take Ruby Riot's gimmick again." I'm down with the kids with a Z. Indeed, you are, Jack. I like the Profits, but they get corny sometimes. Also, he just slammed his partner. Yes, he did. Profits are. My problem is the "Give me the smoke" line, because the writers are just using it at the end of everything for the sake of it, and I don't think it's a very good line anyway. And now it's getting really silly, where like Angela Dawkins is talking about Montez Ford being poisoned, and I'm gonna get revenge for you, and I'm gonna do this to you, and give me the smoke. It works better with the crowd, I'm sure, but for me, it ain't working. Thank you all so much for joining us. It's fun having you around. You make Raw fun. We've only got 40 minutes of this to watch. And we've got that triple threat match. That should be good, right? Who we got to win that? Let us know who you think in chat is winning that triple threat match this evening. I'm going to say Randy Orton. Quite confidently. Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre rematch works. I still think they should probably give Randy the title and take it off him soon after when Edge comes back, and give it back to Drew. It's fine. I don't think it harms Drew. I don't think it does out. I like the Profits, but sorry, yeah, it's just weird. It's just I think Montez Ford is like star written all over him. Hang on. Yes, he's star written all over him, but I don't think he's ever going to reach that potential. And the reason for that is WWE just don't do that anymore. He's so charismatic, but I still don't see WWE using him. I don't know why. He'd do so much more better in AEW. He really would. so much more better English, where I'm from. You make Raw fun. Oh, bless you. The shows are so much better than watching when watching you guys too. Oh, thank you, mate. I do appreciate that, and we love you, you kids across there. Maven Gleen's thinking Keithley. Cool. You've been wrong once this evening, and it's time to be wrong again, Maven. To be honest, though, it could be Retribution that come through. Observing Stuff says either Orton or Keithley, edging his bets. It's not going to be the dude who's having a baby, is it? You make Raw so fun. Oh, bless you, man. At this point, who cares? Whoever it is will be killed by WWE. Yeah, that's not what I mean about Ford, man. Like, he's a wonderful talent. I just don't. His moves are great. He's a great wrestler. He's charisma. Great wrestler. Got charisma. And can tell a good story. Can he tell a good story? Maybe. I suppose we haven't seen enough for that. But great charisma and great wrestler. And I still don't think WWE will do it with him. Years ago, I'm going to go into a rant mode. I'm going to go into a Maven rant. That's what's going to happen. There's so many young kids that WWE should be pushing. Let me name them. Rhea Ripley, Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, push him to the moon. And they just don't. Just rely on the same crap all the time. Excuse my language. That's my rant over. That was a controlled rant, I believe. Maven would normally do it with a lot of breathing and a lot of. you know I love you, BDM. Thought of the best fog splash of all time. I'll give him that. It's great. It's beautiful. At 5G ad, we're getting 5G mass on my street. Well, Jack's not joining us in 3 weeks' time. I'm only joking. I'm not one of the 5G conspiracists. I should be listening to this, but I've just lost interest in Raw. Sorry. Until the main event. It's legal because it's a tag team match. This is the problem with Tornado Tag. So Andrade's wrenching his arm over the ropes, yet Angel Garza's just stood back laughing. Whereas really, shouldn't he be doing something? Well, let's do a supported pile driver. Oh, it's WWE. Ant-Rant, hashtag Ant-Rant. You will probably get COVID at Jack Morrow. That's the story. That was very harsh. Oh, is that because of 5G? Oh, yeah, Retribution has to come ruin something tonight, right? Well, like Jack said, they did announce it at the start of the show, but they haven't really. I don't know. I mean, they didn't show up at Payback. She looks fabulous tonight. I mean, Demi Bennett I don't care, but Zelina Vega. Wow. Wrestle Story, well, there's a hospital and a pub on my street. So convenient, lol. So you don't have to go to the waiting room, you just go to the pub. Cool. Oh, Angel Garza just delivered the weakest kick to the hanging tree of woe, Dawkins. Where's Ford? What's happened? Oh, it's a tornado tag match, so they had to get rid of Ford and turn it into a normal tag match. Super kick. Dawkins sells hilarious. Not Dawkins. Montez Ford sells hilariously. Judas effect to Angela Dawkins from Andrade. Really slow attempt at looking like he's doing a clothesline from Andrade there. Kick, that's cool. He's doing the Ultimate Warrior thing. And the lights are going off. Is that a reminder of Retribution, or have we really just demoted them to tag team, relegated to the tag team? And Angel Garza's taking Demi Bennett off because the lighting designer was just having a bit of a laugh. Montez Ford goes for the pin, but the rest went. Oh, Retribution here. Oh, fingers crossed, guys. We can finish the show a half hour early. What do you say? I like how Zelina was just like, screw it, and started fighting. Oh, that was cool. Yeah, man, it was. Zelina Vega's a great fighter as well. And yeah, there's a thing about women being surrounded by masked people that I'm just a bit uncomfortable with. Because I don't know the gender of them. Yeah, maybe it's just me. Lots of retribution. And the cameraman that's filming from a while back has to shake his camera and make it look like they've all just run out. With the rest of the ninjas have gone to Akira Tozawa. Wow. Triple threats have no DQ by their nature, so retribution make no sense, but they need to not be irrelevant. Where is the rest of the roster? Yeah, they all just run in black outfits because Retribution is a 20-man team at this point. They're having the women. There's been some interesting. They're having the women attack the women. They are observing, and I get that, but I see it, and visually, it doesn't read as that to me. Does that make sense? Like straight away, and I know it is, and I get, and I don't have a problem with intergender matches. There's just something about masked people surrounding women that I don't really like. It's just I'm a bit uncomfortable with it. Attack the men all you want. Yeah. So there we go. That was your retribution segment. Again, absolutely awful, really. I mean, they could have him come in after the main fight. There's this whole idea of having Dijakovic as the sort of one of the founders of Retribution, and having why not have him go against Keithley like immediately? That makes sense. Give Keithley an interesting story. They'd put on great matches, as we've seen from them for many a time in NXT, and carry on that sort of story. Would it be new? No. Would it be good? Yes. I don't know. Do people want something fresh, or do they assume that NXT hasn't happened and they put Keithley in a dress and send him to tell him to go out to this new Coldplay music that's come out? Lol, Garza abandoned his partner. He did. Just left him. Just left him in the middle of the ring. Thank you all so much for joining me. You met her often. I get to moan about it. That was the worst Retribution thing so far, right? Did they do anything? Did they cut anyone's arm off, or? Wowzers. Observing stuff, don't forget to go to Twitch after this to go and say hello to the Wrestle Story. I'll have the review up as soon as this is done. And then if you get a chance tomorrow, you can see my review. Although you're getting my review now, it's not very positive. The whole of Raw is being based around one thing, which is the championship match. But the rest of it has just been stupid. Stupid. The Iconics having a match to split up is just the laziest storytelling. So after all this time, still that tornado tag was awful. It was pointless. And it felt really stilted as well, Jack. It felt like I'm going to do this move, and Garza's like looking back going, you get him, Andrade. Like, the point of a tornado tag is you attack with the person. You use the numbers to your advantage. So if someone's got someone in an armbar, the other person tickles their side. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it was awful, mate. I agree. So, this is what Observing Stuff says. After all this time, I think the Retribution got chased off and kind of beat up once. This is getting old. Everyone kind of ignores them until they show up. Yeah, man, I mean, it's stupid. I mean, that's not no one's going to be talking about Retribution after that awful bloody segment tomorrow, are they? Let's be honest. It's just, that was the worst it's been. And it interrupted a crap tag match, so whatever. Yeah, it is getting old. Observing stuff I've said like from about week 2 or 3 when they started playing knockoff Ginger, knocking on doors and running away. Should go and knock on Alistair Black doors. That'll sort them out. They need some motivation. Then we might have something interesting, but until that point, it's just stupid. Miz is on so much he must earn loads. Yeah, probably. Hello, holy moly donut shot. Welcome to the stream. How has the show been? Rubbish. It's been fine. No, it hasn't been fine. It's been rubbish. There's an angle going through the. Are you talking about our show or the Raw? I assume you mean Raw. Our show's been cool. We're just having a laugh, taking a mick at how rubbish it is. Yeah, security didn't do anything. Oh, here we go. Peter Rice and Billy Kay are in Raw Underground. And they're both upset because they can't make any stories. Right, Jessamine Duke versus Avery Taylor. Excellent. Let's see if this is better. She's got a White Snake t-shirt on. If she has, I'm down with that. Okay, it's cool. That's just legit beating her up. Fine. I mean, that's not. That's my problem with Raw Underground. Like, them kicks look great. The hits on the floor look rubbish. Is it Motley Crue? I ain't got my glasses on. Oh, 2 women have got in. And, it's... Who's that? Her name is... It's Jessamine Duke and... Who's the other one? That's just come in looking like she's going on a safari in Raw Underground. Kicking leg shots away. I mean, tap. That's a tap. And she's still wearing a picnic blanket. What is that dress? Who decided that was a good idea? I can't see what it says on her shirt. She's got nice tattoos, though. Marine Shafir, thank you. That's the one that's going on safari. Oh, Peyton Royce just pushed Billy Kay in. There's a girl in the background with pink hair. That's Shasta Banks' gimmick infringement. So, they're a tag team? They're not a tag team? Jessamine Duke needs to stop wearing picnic blankets. Yeah, she did look like a safari because I was a tour guide lady. Let's go back up. How's the show been? Blah, blah, blah. The roster never comes to help either. The ref taking off was funny. Yeah, it was just weird. But there's no DQ in a tag match, like Jack said, so the match is still going on in theory. We just don't have a winner. The lady in dresses is awful in that picnic dress. It is, man. That's exactly what I thought as soon as I said it. I want to sit her down, get my jam sandwiches out, and my teddy bears. Oh, proper wrestling geek. No, I don't. I want to take my wrestling figures. There we go. Be a proper wrestling nerd. And want to have tea with Mr. Savage. Or Scare, whatever that is. It is just a picnic blanket, dude. This show has been awesome. Raw has been terrible. Oh, bless you, Wrestle Story. You are too kind. She dressed like a female scarecrow. She looked stupid, didn't she? Observing stuff. Did you see the whole Hurt business? Because that was crap. Raw Underground. Cedric Alexander, Ricochet, Apollo. The match that it should have been earlier on. Charlie's looking very summery this evening. She's wearing flowers. Underground is dumb. That was dumb. Yeah, that segment was dumb. I preferred the first section, but it's off kilt with the rest of the programming. It don't work. Apollo is saying the old Apollo would have felt sorry for himself when he woke up this morning, a bit like he did just after the match yesterday where he threw a wobbler. Determined. Ricochet is the one joining Hurt Business, I think. That's going to be the swerve. Are you ready? Are you ready? You ready? And then they go to this guy who's just massive. Are they going into Raw Underground for the kicks? Of course, because that match is happening in Underground, right? Okay, cool. So we'll see if that's any good or not. Probably not. The Holy Moly Donut Shop, thanks for sticking with us, my friend. WWE is hit and miss. They can't book a consistent show. Yeah, they've had a... Is it a good idea, a triple threat to decide the next champion? I mean, that's been the crux of the show. That's what's made this show bearable. Everything else is just... I think they run out of ideas after Payback, because Payback was very good. She looks like she trains animals and gardens. Indeed, she does. She's a wasp lady. She needs to come out next week with a sort of beehive on her head. Jeez Louise. In my defence, it is 25 to 4 in the morning, but she needs like a netting, a beehive netting. There is a word for it, and I can't think of it. If you can fight in a dress, you are really tough. Indeed. Just ask Keithley from last week. Motley Crue. It was Motley Crue. Cool. I couldn't tell, man, because my feed isn't the best. So a test reference. Very good. If you can leave the house like that, you obviously aren't a person to mess with. Did she come to work like that and didn't have anything else to put on, and they were like, "Oh, you look interesting. Yeah, you can wear that on Underground. Yeah, you can wear whatever you want." Why did she have the hat as well? Maybe it's a new gimmick. Maybe we're gonna get Billie Kay versus Safari Lady. It's terrible. Maven laughs. Geez, feels like Raw has been on forever. Yeah, it has, and the reason is because we're all waiting for one coherent storyline that's gone through the night, and the rest has been really terrible tonight. Like not just bad as in boring, just really sort of make no sense whatsoever. But we only have 20 minutes left. We've got 2 matches left. We have, which isn't very good, is it? But we've got this underground thing that'll last a few minutes. And we've got 3 entrants, so we're getting a 10-minute main event. A triple threat. A decent triple threat, I think, that people are excited to see. These are 3 like top tier guys in WWE. Oh, well, Keithley's not there yet, but selling him as a top tier guy. So, yeah. Should it be called Super Tuesday? That's a big voting day. Is it? Maven and Mr. G and maybe Observing can tell us. Is the Super Tuesday tomorrow? I know that's what they're calling NXT, but is that actually like the thing that's happening tomorrow? Or the voting tomorrow? Observing stuff is giggling. Alistair attacking Owens still makes no sense. What you mean after I showed him the video and he collapsed and then went ooh and then attacked him? Yeah, it makes no sense. If they were going to go that angle, then as soon as you come back from the video footage of him getting his eye poked out, you have him on the floor ready, and you have Kevin going, "Are you okay?" And then he does it straight away. But the whole thing of Kevin talking and then he just collapses to the floor, well, it's just crap. I do like the idea of interviewers going up to Alistair Black's door to knock on it. I really want. Yes, it is tomorrow. Cool, thank you, Wrestle Story. Billie Kay is Jack's spirit animal. That's because you're 1/30th Australian, because he once had an Australian girlfriend. So next week we're getting the Riot Squad versus Hurt Business versus Angel Garza. I'd go for that. Unfortunately, it's not. It's just Raw talk tonight after Raw. I wonder how Liv feels right now. We're gonna give you this big solo push. Oh no, you need to go back to Ruby Riot's gimmick. Yeah, why wouldn't he attack the person who injured him? Alistair and Murphy have great matches. Yes, but it also feels like we've had Alistair and Murphy like a lot. Yeah, no, you're right. You are right. Or you have Murphy come out in the show and you have Alistair, Black Mask, Kevin, but then I suppose it's not a heel turn, it's an accident. But that then sorts them out into a feud. I'm interested to see where Snake Plissken goes from here, is what I'm saying. I think it was a poor way of doing it, but the outcome is we're getting Kevin Owens and Aleister Black, and that I can. A bit like the Keithley segment last week. A lot of people were down on it. Yeah, the entrance is awful. The dress wasn't very good. But the one thing that it had is it had him in a segment with Randy Orton, and I was like, we're getting this at Payback, and that's massive, you know. And then him winning, which I really didn't expect, is even bigger, you know. Okay, Apollo Crews versus Shelton Benjamin. This has been going on for a while. Nothing has happened in it, just to let you know. And they're pushing him out of the ring. Ain't got ropes. Hurt Business, Ricochet and Cedric are attacking MVP and Bobby Lashley. Because this was supposed to be about Apollo Crews, right? MVP versus Ricochet. They're in the ring. I'll stop with the wobbly camera, please, before I just turn it off. Okay. The Hurt Business is in the ring, just all of them dominating the team of... And they're all out. They're all out. The Hurt Business. Angel Garza's with the bachelor babe. He's running away. Retribution are trained fighters, not school kids. He wants to whisk her away just to be with her, so that she don't get with Hanson. And in comes Retribution is still coming on. Debbie Burnett, like put her under a case or something. Let's kill a character off. They're attacking someone backstage because they're hard. So Retribution went from interrupting Drew McIntyre to interrupting the Tornado tag match. He's run away from the Bachelorette babe. Cool. I think that's my aim. That looked like my aim. And she's running off, and Retribution don't chase after her because... Right, main event. Can this save it? Can this... Have I got 15 minutes? Sorry, I'll... Sorry, you don't want to look. These are masked men chasing a woman. Yeah. Why wouldn't he attack the person who injured him? Alistair and Murphy have great matches. This episode is bad. It is all over the place. It's one good through line. I suppose it depends if this match is any good. It will be the basis on whether people say this Raw was okay or terrible. Basically, is what it'll all come down to. I'm sure my Aussie ex-girlfriend Izzy will love us mentioning her so much. Well, shout out to Izzy. I don't know what else to say. This is dumb. What is the point? Which part? Which part is dumb? The underground, I'm going to assume that part is. Yeah, it's dumb. It's What's the point in having matches in a wrestling ring and a 3-minute thing backstage? So the 3-minute thing backstage is real. The wrestling's not. If it was its own thing, it'd be fine. But it's not part of Raw. It's not part of. But it's not. They're using the same characters on it. They're using. It's just junk. It's just junk. This entrance is going on a long time. Are they going to do the sparklers again? Fabulous. Oh dear, you don't want to look. These are masked men chasing a woman. They didn't chase her. They just walked casually towards her. She did the whole victim running off thing. Wasn't sold real. It wasn't sold as Real Fear by Demi Burnett, but that's because Retribution have now become a comedy angle, which was comedy for Angel Garza to leave her alone, and that's all Retribution are now. Do I want to listen to the theme song? No. Yeah. I want to see how much I hate it. I'm such a glutton for punishment. That's why I do these live streams. I've heard enough. These are definitely men this time. Yes, there was definitely a couple of men. I think Maya Yim was the one that approached her. Wonder if Raw Underground is pre-recorded. Looks it. Yes, probably, Jack. Probably. Makes sense. What's the point in doing it live? And you can get your proper production and make it look. You can get your proper production and make it look good, and then it's always look awful. Thanks, Kevin Dunn. Retribution are very tall now. That guy looked like he was 6'6". Yeah, that was like Dijakovic. I assume the 5 that come out in that segment there are the 5 members of Retribution that we're going to have, which I think is one of them was Mayim and one of them was Dominic Dijakovic. The other one could be Shane Thorne, maybe someone like that. Maybe Aaliyah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. Just shows who they are now. I look forward to Raw Underground next week. Why? What's happening on Raw Underground next week? So exciting. Why do you look forward to Raw Underground next week? It was rubbish this week. They don't need to run after her. They are like the killers in horror movies. They will catch up to her in 2 minutes by just walking. Dude, if Retribution are being used for comedy sections, hey, this is cool. This is like a visor. Such a nerd. If Retribution are being used as this sort of comic thing that they've just because that segment was a comedy section, yeah, the guy running away. Then next week they will walk into the ninjas. Is what'll happen. Yes, I don't hate. Are you? Am I hating? I don't know who I'm hating. Sorry, love. Yes, the underground. Yeah, man. Yeah, we all love the underground. Yeah, it's not working. It needs to be a separate thing. Observing stuff. I think the last match will be good. I think it will be. I'm looking forward to the last match because these superstars are good at performing. Randy Orton is when he cares, and I think he'll care. I think Randy's going to be put over in this match, and I think that's. I think he's done a great job last night at Payback on putting Keithley over, and now's the time for Randy to cash in. Fine. Because we're not getting Keithley versus Drew at Clash of Champions. No chance. And Seth's going to have a baby soon. So they might do Seth, but the whole Dominic thing's not finished yet, is it? Unfortunately. Randy, the clever heel, disappearing. 15 minutes, but can Randy get to the ring in that time? Yeah, we've only got 11 minutes now and nothing's happened. Hashtag just saying we need more wrestling on Raw. Seth Rollins is also the cowardly heel, so they both leave Keithley. Am I back live? Yes. I think I'm back. Sorry about that. OBS just disconnected briefly. Apologies. Let me go into comments and half watch the match at the same time. 15 mins, but can Randy get to the ring in time? Yes. Yes. Randy's kills time. Too many lasers. I agree, man. It's too many lasers. I don't mind the static stuff, but it's getting really obvious now. He's got Seth and Randy into the corner, and they've both lifted me over onto the ring ropes. It feels like they're all working and doing something different than what they normally will, which to me makes a more interesting main event. Keithley just did a splash of the rope, and we get an ad break. And they got 10 minutes left, dudes. Wait, why does Lee's new theme sort of sound like Brock's theme? Is that a new theme? It's rubbish. Because he's now played by Brock Lesnar. Says, I knew they would have a good interaction. Yes. Mr. Wrestling Hands, yes. Hello, welcome back. That's because Dom may be injured. Who? Dom Seth Rollins thing. Yeah. He's not injured. He couldn't have had two matches tonight, dude. No chance. He's just getting by with one at the minute. Like Vince will give Seth and Becky parental leave. I don't think he'll have a choice. If Seth wants to be off for a few weeks, he will. I think he'll do a Miz though. He'll be back. And actually, look, they're not touring at the minute, are they? So Seth doesn't have to tour with them. He just needs to film Raw. So I don't know where Seth and Becky lives. You probably have the wrestler Jack, so please share that and Becky's phone number as well. I'm sure you've been sending her messages all day. Mr. Rosenhands, Keith could be the next Lesnar if he's booked right, like Brock was in 2002. The next big thing, or here comes the pain. Yeah, he could. Vince is high on him. Means nothing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. If he's booked right, man. But then if anyone's booked right, you could do some interesting stuff. What's this? What's happening here? This looks like something I like. It looks like a DC production, I'm going to say. Looks cool. Cool. I am still live. That's good. Yeah, sorry about jumping out for a while. If you haven't already liked the video, if you do like the video, it really helps me out. Lets more people see it and lets them think I'm watching Raw and they can watch Raw here and then get disappointed when they're not. I will be doing a review afterwards, but so will Wrestle Story as well on Twitch. So feel free to join me for my review or their review and watch the other one later. You know, I mean, like my review will be probably a bit shorter in terms of the actual content. They'll go into it and rant a lot about stuff, but that you guys have been with me most of the night anyway. Check my Twitter, and thanks, Maven. I really struggle. Anthony Nailon, you're a trend setter. I'm never wearing my headphones normally again. Oh, and you tagged my private account as well. Fabulous. Well, it's not private, obviously. So we've got 7 minutes of this match left, and we're still on adverts. Just saying. I will show you the tweet because Maven is setting trends. There she goes. It's a video of Maven Glean wearing headphones. And that is one half of the Wrestle Story who is joining us on Saturday. It's Saturday all out, isn't it? We're going to have a party. We are going to have a party. Becky loves me. I promise I'm not a stalker. Okay. The joke there, but I'm not going to go there. Don't want to tell me off. A super kick to Keithley as he's going over the top rope. Right, 6 minutes of this match. Let's see what this is like. quite excited. Heyman was the booker back in the 2000s and saw a lot of potential in Brock. That's why Brock got over so well on the NA 2000s. Yeah, and it looked incredible. Keithley's body type, I don't think, is the type that is obvious for Vince to go. If I'm honest, as much as I'd like to see it happen, I don't see it happening. And also, I prefer Kevin Owens slightly more than Keithley, and I don't think they've done a wonderful job with Kevin Owens. I suppose I'm comparing them because of body type. And Kevin Owens done some great work, but he's not like, they wouldn't even give him that sort of face push when he was actually getting over naturally as a face. I hope Keith does some decent stuff. That's all I hope. Rollins and Randy are beating Keithley together, actually working together. Can they stop beating Keithley up so we can see Randy versus Seth already? Well, with 5 minutes, what's going to happen is they're going to carry on beating Lee and then RKO, and then that's it. But Keithley's got to make some sort of comeback. Come on. Can't put a complete stop to his push. And Orton's gone for Seth. Here we go. Oh, that DDT looked great. The draping DDT is good, but that looked really good. That looked heavy, man. That looked heavy. You will be the next big thing. You're welcome. Thank you. I've had Maven Glean on the show, making a cameo. What did Orton just do with his face before that DDT? Yeah, he cares at the minute, man. He's doing great work. Going for the RKO, and they did a little dance off. Boom, Falcon Arrow. Prefer negotiators. Shh. I missed what he did with his face. Was it funny? Was it gifable? If he does, share it on our Twitter and I'll share it with people if you can get it observing. I hope Keith doesn't do a shooting star press when Brock did it to Angle at WrestleMania 18 and give himself a concussion. We don't want to see that he could be as athletic as Keith, I think that is. Yeah. Yeah, Keith is athletic, especially for a big guy. Here we go. Keith Lee's back. Basking his glory. Beating everyone. Yeah. Avalanche into the corner. Running to Seth. Yeah, squashed. Throwing him into Randy. This is what I like about it. Is the doing different stuff in it? Oh, is that Retribution? Oh my, there was a man in a mask there. I don't know if he was supposed to be part of the camera crew or if he was playing Retribution earlier and left the balaclava on. He just caught Seth. Or maybe they're just going to show up and they've just spoiled the ending. This doesn't feel like it's ending in 2 minutes, by the way. Punt versus Stomp, yeah, man. Yeah. Stomp into RKO like that WrestleMania 33? Seth Rollins get the roll up? No. Okay. Keithley missed. Keithley's doing great here. He really looks really good next to Seth and Orton. That's great. Good for him. Good for him, man. What? I mean, this is a really big push for Keithley. Like, even if you don't win, they're really letting him work with some top guys, dudes. It's my time. It's my time. Here we go. Going for the stomp. But he's picked him up. Is he going to get the spirit bomb? Boom. No, Orton's in. RKO. RKO. Finally hits the RKO. Keithley sells it amazing. Randy Orton delivers the RKO, like bounces around over over Keithley real awkwardly, and then just falls on top of Seth while just like balancing on his body. I mean, I expected it. It's cool. It's good. It's great. It's good. Good match. That was the best Raw match I've seen in a long time, I think. What do you guys think of that? Does it save the night? Does that make Raw okay? Do we really have to put up with all of that for 2 okay matches? And I mean, that was good. That was a good match. I enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. They were having so much fun, man. They were having so much fun. I'm going to do a full review in a bit. Wrestle Story are over on Twitch doing a full review in like 2 minutes. So if you want to switch over there and say hello to them, give them a whole yeah from me. Let me go through the rest of your comments before we sign off. I would love to see the Young Bucks super kick Keith and give them that monster Hulk look as like he did to Finn. Yeah, man. That'd be great. That'd be great. But he did it to Dolph earlier tonight as well. He did a great look to Dolph just to end the break. He's got such a dynamic face. Are we doing out? Is Orton just staring off into the nothingness of the world? I have Bluetooth earbuds now, so I can't wear them as cool as Ant. Well, that's the problem with Bluetooth, isn't it? You can't be super cool. Cool. Well, that's the end of the show. Nice roll by Orton. Yeah, it was great. It was really funny. Yeah, because he did like a roll over Keithley, didn't he? It was really cool. Yeah, good sneak win. Yeah, it was the RKO, and it's time to see the RKO. And you weren't going to get Keithley and Drew McIntyre because that's face versus face. And Seth is still dealing with Dominic and Ray, so we're probably going to get Ray at Night of Champions 1, would assume. No, it didn't save it, says Wrestle Story. Yeah, but this is the problem. People say it's an okay Raw because of a decent main event. I tell you. Very agree, it doesn't save the night. Good. Oh, I'm glad you all agree with me. I mean, I'm going to do a review, but go watch Wrestle Story now, and I'll be back in half an hour. But you don't have to leave to join me, or you can watch me or whatever. But we'll do watch it tomorrow or whatever. It'll be cool. As long as someone joins me, so I'm not by myself. As good Keithley is, it sucks that he didn't go to New Japan Wrestling. He could have been a good opponent for Okada on the NATO. Could have been IWGP champion or Intercontinental champion. Yes, he could have been, man. He could have been. Oh, observing. Sorry, mate. I miss your pun. Good match, yes. Save the night. Hull no. Hull no. Do you know what has saved my night? You guys. You guys have made it really good. Thank you so much for joining us, whether you popped in and popped out or whatever. It's awesome having you around. Thank you so much. If there's demand for it, I can do NXT tomorrow. I think Jack was saying it'd be real hard to do because it's like a 1 hour Ironman match, but I am quite interested in it. So I might do it. I'll decide tomorrow. But I will be doing AEW on Wednesday, and I'm assuming Dom will join me for that because we're both big into AEW at the minute. Then obviously Thursday, the interview with Viking Size Gamer that I did comes out. Please check that out and send some love to his channel when that goes live, because that really helps us out and helps us get these interviews more and more for you, And then on Friday, SmackDown. Might do it. See what's happening with Roman Reigns. Yeah. That was a terribly booked Raw with one good main event. Great. I'll read this last comment and then I'm shooting for a break before I do the review. But thank you so much for everyone for joining me. Face versus Stave could be a good storyline if booked right and given time to develop, but in Vince's eye, that will never happen. So I assume you're talking about Keithley versus Drew McIntyre. That could be amazing, man. I mean, it could be an amazing face. And face versus face absolutely can work and absolutely has the potential to have the depth in the story, and you let the wrestlers tell the grey areas between it. And at one point, the one guy's working more as the bad guy. And the face versus face match absolutely can work. When you've got really talented people, which both of them are. But what was I going to say? But the reason you couldn't do that in WWE at the minute is because you haven't established Keithley enough on Raw at the minute. And I know that we like to think everyone watches NXT, but they clearly don't, and the numbers sort of show that. So I think right now would have been too early to have done Keith and Drew face versus face. If you want to build it up to WrestleMania, you can. I really do think Drew's losing that championship. Sorry. Although I think I like him. Just think done. Rock and roll, guys. You've been awesome. Thank you so much. I'm gonna leave this with what does Dom do? He normally does say Claymore 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm just gonna say thank you so much to everyone for joining us. I hope you can come back for our review. And until next time, give me a whole yeah. Mrs. Sweaty Hand says, 2 big sweaty men. That's Finn's fantasy there, right there. Vince loves his big, fat, sweaty men. Yep. He does. Until next time, everyone, thank you so much for joining me. And give me a whole yeah. Whole yeah. Claymore kick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whole yeah. Shout it. Scream it. Sing it. Maybe try to sing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Give me a whole yeah.
This is Broken Matt Hardy. Thank you for watching the Gimme a Whole Yeah Wrestling Podcast.